car for a couple of days if you want. Streamline buying process. You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane on Sports 56, 98.5 and 96.1. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Sane.
Oh no!
You see,
oh no!
we did it.
All wrong. We didn't do it.
No, we do nothing, man.
It's not done.
It's over.
Nothing happened.
Get a green cloak.
It's over. It's over.
It's over.
Like Coach K's career. It's
Oh,
over.
Oh, man. We had two different goats that called it quits yesterday.
Yep.
Had a goat on the good end
That's
of being
exactly
a
right.
goat and the bad end of being a goat. The one that you point the blame to was also quit yesterday. He also quit yesterday. So, yeah.
Whoo!
Think about
Those are
early morning
weird,
radio. We get caught behind stories a lot. That's one thing about doing early morning radio. Stuff happens a lot after we're going
Well,
off.
sometimes we're ahead of stories, sometimes we're behind stories. That's we're with
It's a gift and a curse.
What happened? Like nobody's talked about how great Luka Doncic was until us.
Nobody
That's us.
Nobody can talk about it. Yeah.
We're fresh on that beat right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's
why
talked about
y'all
the
in bed,
Grizzlies.
We are talking about Luka
loss.
Doncic. Yeah. We talking about the Grizzlies loss before all of y'all. All of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, your
Y'all can have
favorite
your
radio
Coach
host
K
is in
talk.
bed, right? Yeah, you can have that yesterday. Yeah, we ain't on that. We talking about some fresh
I've been up since
NBA
4
talk.
a.m.
I can't say that.
prepping.
That's a lie, probably, but
Yeah, it's definitely a lie.
because you ain't emailed me nothing. Somebody you been up prepping since 4 in the morning. I ain't got nothing in the inbox.
Well, I mean, just because I was prepping, I mean, I got to share my prep with you. Sometimes I
That's
like to
typically
keep
how it works, man.
Secret prep. I'm of the opinion. See, a lot of people do it differently, but my thing is, I think that you're doing the show is it's best organic, which means I like to get natural responses. So whatever's happening, and if there's something that absolutely you need to know, then fair enough. But I like it to be organic. I like it to be like let's off the dome. What's your natural?
Right. That's why we're
response?
such good freestylers. Like when we
Exactly.
open up the show, we be driving.
Not
around
everyone can do that.
Nah.
So not everyone has the capability of doing that. But if you do, then I think that makes for a much more enjoyable situation.
I'm about to do something right now that's bad radio too, if you don't mind. I'm about to talk in code.
Uh-oh.
The nerve of you to call me about what you called me about yesterday after you got in my butt for half an hour yesterday. But then for you to call me, capitalizing on the same thing that I was just got done talking. I didn't think about that until this morning. I was like, the nerve of this dude.
That's what I like to do. That stuff.
Hey,
It's fun.
you the homie, man. You can do that. We can do that, man. So it's all good.
That's exactly right. All right, so welcome in, everybody. My name is Peter Edmiston. He is Anthony Sane.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, we've got off-season Z, Zach Boyd, choosing not to share his camera with us.
Zach Kuhn.
Whatever. He might be
That's madly disrespectful.
Oh.
what he's doing.
Because it came in like I was
that
saying
sounds-
game
that's-
too.
Yeah. People need a little more context for that particular comment.
Yeah,
Or else
for several reasons.
That becomes extremely problematic.
Well, let me
without a little,
let me break that down.
for example, if I had said that would be a completely
yeah,
different
yeah.
situation right about now.
It was a play on words based
Number
off
one.
of Cancun, a place where many NBA players visit
Right.
after the
Right.
season is over.
Yes.
Not to be
Correct.
confused with Cooning. which
Also,
is-
Gabe Kuhn.
Oh,
Gabe Kuhn is
Kuhn,
is another producer. So
so I wasn't calling
yes.
him a lesser version of Gabe. I definitely wasn't doing that.
that's
also,
correct.
Also,
Yes,
I get
that's,
messing making
really a very thick dual meaning, or the triple
meaning,
meaning. But
yeah.
unfortunately, The third one is
one is a
we have to
racist
clarify
slur.
that was not what you.
Yeah, one is a racist
Yeah,
slur.
that was not what you
doing
meant. You were not. Yeah.
And the third one
Not doing
is
that
someone who is it pandering? What I would call it? Yeah, panders. Someone who panders against their own race. Is what you would call it. And Zach is neither one of those. He's a strong brother. So
No, Zach does not. Zach does not do that.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't trifle with that type of stuff at all.
Well, it is. It's nonetheless. After we've clarified that, thank you very much for everybody.
Thank you all for allowing me to do that as well.
Yes. I think it's important that we make sure we clarify that. It is Sports 56 Mornings. Peter, Anthony, off-season Z, doing our thing here in the Family Leisure Studios. You can join us on the text line at 360-8255. Phone lines are open as well, 360-8255. We have lots to discuss. Obviously, the end of the Grizzlies season, not a surprise. Perhaps a surprise that finally the dam burst and the whole thing just kind of fell apart. They had fought really, really hard. And it just, it was inevitable, I suppose, that something like that was going to happen. It certainly did. The Jazz were incredible. They could have scored 50 easily, could have scored 50 in the first quarter. They had 40 with about 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. They could have scored 60 in that quarter, really. They were on pace for record-setting quarters type situation, and they kind of faded a little bit at the end. They still scored 47. Don't get me wrong, 47-point first quarter, pretty good. But from that point on, it was over. It was over very quickly. Wasn't a competitive game. First time I fell asleep in the fourth quarter of a Grizzly game ever. Well, not ever, but
you're a better man than me.
Certainly a playoff game.
You're a better man than
certainly
me.
Certainly a playoff game. Certainly a playoff game. First time I've ever nodded off in the middle of a. That game was so. There was no drama whatsoever. No, it was just anticlimactic all the way. You knew the Grizzlies just did not have it in them to come back.
You stayed up for your
might make it 15 or something. It's like, okay, and then it's just no, it wasn't going to happen. Mike Conley left the game after halftime with a quad. Kind of a concern, a little bit of a strain. It's an injury that he had earlier. They're going to keep an eye on him. But
it's playoff time when Mike Conley is playing with an injury. It's playoff time. It's officially playoff time now.
The season. It's the season when Mike Conley's playing hurt. I remember when he outlined the injuries he had after the Warriors series. They lost the Warriors series. And I sat down and talked to him afterwards, and he listed. I said, just list what you got going on. He listed 8 things. He's like, well, I got a bruised ankle. I got a sore this. I got this was torn. This was he just
I remember that
he walks
year,
around like that.
He described an injury one time to the media, and I was like, bro, that sounds excruciatingly painful, or at least uncomfortable. He said that he had something.
He had the back
on.
thing. I think it was the back thing.
No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
Remember that back thing he had?
He described something, and the way he described it, I felt it, and I was like, I always feel that every time I think about it. He said that he had something going on with his foot. Where it felt like he was walking on a golf ball. I said, that was his plantar fasciitis. Yeah, I said, that's not something I want to feel. And I think I got that crap too, because sometimes I wake up and my foot is cramping, and I have to stand on it and pop it for it to stop.
That's not plantar fasciitis.
What is that?
That just means you need to eat. You need to eat more.
Nah, fam. It feels like a bone something. Like I had to stand on my foot and it pops. Like it has to flatten it back out or something. Like I feel something about
arthritis. That might be arthritis there.
Yeah, or arthritis. Like my grandma.
You might have the arthritis.
The arthritis.
Arthritis. Yeah, that's true. Arthritis.
Arthur's right this.
Well,
come on now. Boy, dropping bars on y'all.
That's what Shakespeare. That's what Shakespeare had. Arthritis.
But yeah, something ain't right with my foot. Right, but I ain't got what Mike Conley had, though. The man said he felt like he was standing on a golf ball.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you fighting through it. That's the important thing. I appreciate you fighting through it here to be part of the show. That's called stepping up to the game. We appreciate that very much. All right, so we're going to talk about what happens now. We're going to talk about last night. We'll talk about the future for the Memphis Grizzlies. The future starts right now, as a matter of fact. Lots of decisions, lots of stuff. We'll get into all of that coming up. What do we learn from the postseason? Dustin Starr joins us 9 o'clock. A huge day yesterday in the World Wrestling Entertainment.
Oh man!
As they went through just a horrible culling of talent several big names were fired,
and
released from the organization, including Braun Strowman, who was he not like a main event guy? Like
he was like
just a minute ago
this year.
Like
for real, he was the champion a couple months ago.
Yeah, he's out. Like something's up with WWE. He's got something
up.
On.
Have you did any digging to see what's going on with it? Because I have. And I have some interesting products.
You do? Okay, I haven't done any digging. So I'm excited about your digging. That's excellent. That's excellent right there. All right, so we're going to talk to Dustin Starr about all that coming up at 9 o'clock. As I mentioned, you could join us on the First Break phone line, 360-8255. Zach's talking to somebody, having quite a conversation.
Man, early in the morning.
Apparently, Zach's just going to talk to you. Maybe before you, instead of talking to us, maybe you're just going to talk to Zach. Yeah. I'm not sure. You can also text us, of course, at 360-8255. We are live in the Family Leisure Studios. Also, I'll tell you, today, not a bad day today weather-wise. We avoided most of the rain yesterday. Some of you got a little bit of it, but it wasn't as bad as expected. Today, partly cloudy for most of the day. High nearing 80 should be good. Not a bad day to get outside and go do some stuff. Go to the park. Go hang out. Do what you need to do. Spend a little time. I would say do some summer stuff, but a lot of you guys, kids are still in school and stuff, so you're not ready for summer yet. It's sad.
So sad.
That sucks.
When the kids,
poor Gabe.
I know when the kids got school.
No clue. I stopped asking. Every time I ask Gabe's mom, she gets mad at me. Why don't you know that? Why don't you know that?
Yeah, why don't you know that though? Shouldn't you?
Man, I don't know. I'm not that type of dad, man. I'm just like to pick you up. Let's go eat. Let's go have fun. Screw this homework. Leave it for your mom. I'm that dad. I'm not the.
Oh boy.
People
That's
call
not
me.
really fun.
Anthony, you're such
not
a great
real fun
parent.
for the mom. That's not real fun for the mom. I can tell you that.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Okay.
Just hey.
But on the other hand, if there's anything she needs, it's done.
Except for like help with the kids' homework.
Other than that,
If she needs that. Then
but like she's got a second job, and she works her second job maybe 3, 4 nights out the week. Those nights I pick up Gabe, I feed him. We ain't doing no homework, but pick him up from school, feed him. She goes to work. She ain't got to worry about no sitter. I drop him off. Hey, I have Gabe literally every weekend. So hey, trade off. It's the life. It's the life you choose.
Looking at their calendar, their last day is June the 16th.
Poor
June
Gabe.
the 16th. Man.
Good.
Poor Gabe.
It's Father's Day weekend for crying out loud.
And then my
Everybody,
poor
get your
son,
Father's Day gifts ready. By the way, come on.
My poor son, Gabe doesn't have a concept of days of the week. It's kind of embarrassing. Like he just doesn't get it. Like he doesn't understand how days flow. Like so, every time I see Gabe, he's like, "Do I gotta go to school tomorrow?" It's so sad, man. But yeah, Gabe never knows what day it is. Like I don't really know how to teach it to him. Like
what? You mean when you teach to him? Just give him a calendar.
I guess.
I mean, he's
got an iPad with a whole calendar on it, so I guess he could just pull it up.
Yeah.
And he started doing it because the other day he texted me. He's like, "Yeah, Dad, today's Thursday." Like, "Oh, okay, cool."
See, now we're getting there. See,
he's almost there.
He knows. He's almost there.
But with just the moment of pure joy, like the suspense he has when he asks, "Does he have to go to school tomorrow?" When you tell him yes or no, like the reaction is priceless.
Vance wants to know on the text line. Vance wants to know on the text line. I wonder why Hawaii is the more popular vacation destination for people. Yeah, why is it always Cancun? Why is it not 1, 2, 3 Hawaii? Hawaii's beautiful.
Why in Miami?
I got a friend of mine that's in Hawaii right now. As a matter of fact, shout out to my guy who's up. If he's up right now listening, then that's actually it'd be what 1 a.m. over in Hawaii right now. So he might not have gone to sleep yet. Maybe he's listening on the stream.
Why can't
he get to sleep?
Why can't Hawaii sign free agents?
What do you mean?
In the NBA.
Why can't Hawaii?
Yeah.
I mean, because they're not a team.
It was a callback to a joke we made. Well, something we talked about. Destination markets.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Why are they not? Apparently, they're not a destination market. Apparently, Cancun is the one that needs to sign all the free agents.
Yeah.
Cancun would have a hell of a team. Hell of a team.
The travel would be kind of crazy though, having to go that far.
But you'd have a great home field or home court advantage because everyone by the time they got.
Would people actually go to games?
I don't know, but the players would be so hungover by the time the game started.
Oh yeah, the home court advantage.
Vibing.
Home court advantage would be incredible.
Everybody be sunburned and oh yeah,
sunburn, hungover,
full of pina coladas.
and the Cancun Warriors win again by 50 points.
What team is going to Cancun? The Cancun
LeBron James throwing up on the side of the court.
Right. The Cancun
Says he's got
Timberwolves.
a massive headache. Says don't talk to me right now. All these lights are killing me. I just want to go to sleep.
The 71-0 Cancun Timberwolves.
Oh man!
Hey, you
That's
know
good
how
stuff.
you ever read a text from somebody you know exactly who it's coming from? Like you know it's this this person's on Twitter does this too.
Yep.
This is so silly. This is so silly. I might as well just put this guy's name here because I know exactly who this is. Anyway, so
All right, so we'll get to all that stuff coming up here in just a moment. We're also obviously going to talk about the big news we didn't have a chance to talk about yesterday. The Mike Krzyzewski, his retirement. He's going to retire after next year. He's got one last ride, of course. I think it is important to note the difference between Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski in this situation. I think it does tell you a little bit about the personality.
Mm-hmm.
Roy Williams just like, I'm done. I don't want to coach anymore. I'm out. That's it. Coach K says, begin the last ride. Commence the gifts.
Get your video
and
cameras ready.
Love, ladies and gentlemen, come in and each arena. I would like you to provide me a present. I would like you to provide me a jersey. I would like you to provide me fruits and cheeses from all over the world, please, as you are. Fruits and cheeses. Please, you are blessed with my presence for one final time. I wish. I find that interesting. Just that's an interesting kind of combination of some people would like to go ahead and just kind of retire and just that hey, I did a good job and that's it. And some people want to have the pomp and circumstance. Remember when Paul Pierce tried to do Kobe had the final season, and everybody, was legit like, yeah, Kobe, let me celebrate you. Every arena, he got something for the last time he played in the arena. It was a whole thing. Because Kobe was very much, very into the publicity. Right. Let's call it like it was. Paul Pierce, remember when Paul Pierce kind of tried a similar thing, and Draymond Green's like, you ain't Kobe. Nobody cares about you.
And Paul Pierce kind of stretched his career out. He should have retired early.
Yeah.
He had that one big shot he hit when he played for Washington, wasn't it? Yeah, he played for the Washington
I think
Wizards.
It was the Wizards. Yeah, that's right.
He hit that playoff shot or something like that. But
yeah,
who was on that team with him? John Wall. Was it Wall and
John
Arenas?
Wall's been there.
No, it was John Wall.
No, it was John Wall and
shoot, I don't know. They were a playoff team.
Otto Porter. Was Otto Porter on that team?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah,
but he wasn't like a star. He wasn't like one of the reasons they were in the playoffs.
No,
why was that team a playoff team?
Because it's the East, man.
why I got Marcin Gortat.
Yeah, he should.
Gortat. That's right. Any given season, the last 3 or 4 teams in the East are just kind of.
If you just decide to, you remember that year that Toronto stopped tanking in the middle of the year and made the playoffs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can do that. That's what Washington this year was dead and gone. Right. They decided. They COVID. Half their team couldn't play, and they still made the playoffs. They easily made the playoffs.
The year we traded Rudy.
Yeah, they weren't even in the play. They weren't even in the play-in game. I mean, this year. That's how bad it was. And of course you can tell that all the Eastern Conferences, all the playoff series are over. They're done. So there's no drama in that first round. I got to say, we'll come back. We'll talk Grizzlies and we'll talk Grizzlies Jazz and the end of the Grizzlies season here coming up next. Last thing before we take that break, I got to say, I know you. Maybe you feel the same way. Saying maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm slightly ashamed of it, but I can't help it. I'm starting to like Trae Young. I mean, the antics, the histrionics, the bowing to the Garden crowd, the way he's responded after being spit on, the Ric Flair-esque heel antics.
I like bad.
I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm starting to really like Trae Young, man. He lived up to it. He talked that talk and he walked that walk, man. You got to give him that in the middle of the most famous arena in the world.
They're going to the
clowning on him.
They're going to
clowning on him.
They're going to beat Philadelphia next round. Like if Embiid's not there,
if Embiid's not there, they have a real good chance to. Yeah. If Embiid's there, they won't. But That depends. Embiid's got to worry about his long-term health and a big contract coming up and all kinds of things like that. So we'll see. We'll see what matters.
Yeah,
most.
Trae Young
to
makes the game fun. The fact that he's a villain like that makes the game fun. Like
just like Dylan Brooks, man. It's like when you have a guy you can hate, when you have a guy that the fans can kind of just get after.
It makes the game.
And then when that guy responds,
yeah.
That's fun. That's fun right there, man. It's like, man, Ric Flair kept the title again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, how did he do that? Mm-hmm. Same thing. Trae Young, he hit a 40-footer while we were booing it. Man.
The anger that he put in Grizz fans this year, the first time we played them this year, when he was like getting all those crazy flop foul calls, and then when he did the too little thing to Ja, and then Ja was like, "You're trash" from across the court. Like that stuff is good, but he's a heck of a player though. He's annoying. And he's got like a little cute voice. He looks like Sinestro from Green Lantern or whatever. He's got horrible hair.
Yeah.
But
But that's what I'm saying.
He balls out.
I'm not. But he's a great character. You need characters.
Yeah.
He's a character.
Yeah.
You need characters in the league, man. He's a character. He's
a little bitty, little annoying dude. Like that
little wispy. The hair looks like somebody lit a fire and it's just smoke is just coming off the top of his head.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Voice,
that's part of the character.
Lisp.
But I mean, did you see his quote at the end of the game? Or last night he had this. I mean, you can hear this in Ric Flair's voice.
What did he say? Read it.
Like you can hear this, like in Rick, like when I think about Trae Young saying it, it's even funnier. But
you got audio.
Says when he I'm gonna see if I can find audio. I'm gonna tell you, I'll take a break. I'll come back. I want you to hear it. Okay. I'll see if I can get it in his voice because I'd rather him say it. But I got to find it because I lost. I thought I had it and I lost it. So we'll come back, Zach. I'm gonna try to send that to you during the break if I can find it. So we'll do that when we continue here. Also, we'll talk a little bit about Grizzlies Jazz, of course. It's all said and done. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on AM 560, 98.5 FM, and 96.1 FM.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. I'm often called Shell Done because I sell homes and work with buyers and I get the job done. There are 7 keys to successfully selling your home quickly at a great price. First, call me. I do my research and advise you on preparation, presentation, and proper pricing that gets you the activity to get the best price. Follow my advice and it can happen. I did mention 7 keys to a successful sale, didn't I? Well, if you use the first key, calling or emailing me, you really don't need the next 6 keys. Remember, that's Sheldon Rosengarten at 483-0546 or MemphisRelocate.com. If you don't need me now, write it down for later or for a friend. That's Sheldon at 483-0546 at MemphisRelocate.com. Do it now, and who knows, you may hear your home advertised here. Remember, as bad a golfer as I am, when selling homes, Shell Done gets it done.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choate's and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their $20.99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
Hey, sports fans, if you're looking for auto body work for your car or truck, 3A Collision in Bartlett has you covered. We are factory certified with 13 different manufacturers, including GM, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Infiniti, Nissan, Acura, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, and Fiat. We're the only GM certified collision repair shop in the greater Memphis area. 3A Collision is proud to be voted Memphis Best Collision Repair by the Commercial Appeal 3 years in a row. 3A Collision specializes in performing proper repairs using specific manufacturer guidelines. We're a locally family-owned business, and we genuinely care about the well-being of our customers. Certified repairs are safe repairs. Why trust anyone but the best? At 3A Collision, no need for an appointment. We always have trained and courteous estimators available for you. 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. At 3A Collision, we're all about the best customer service and quality of our workmanship. 3A Collision, 6420 Summer Avenue.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps, fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic-approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Safety toes, shoes, and great quality hiking boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're working a couple of accidents on the roadways this morning. Crash on Knight Arnold Road at Castleman Street. Also working a crash on Lamar Avenue at I-240. We have a medical emergency on New Allen Road south of Fraser Boulevard. And then also we're still working a crash on Comanche Road west of Getwell Road. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Yeah. Hour number 1 continues. I found that audio.
It's going down.
Zach, if you click it. So Trae Young, after he hits, basically the game clinch. I mean, the game was over, but he hit a shot to kind of just, seal the deal and to be extra, just to put the boots in even more to the Knicks season, a disappointing end to the Knicks season, who had such a good run. But Julius Randle, oh boy, most improved player in the regular season, most unimproved player in the postseason. Oof, boy, oh boy. The MRP, most regular player. He clinched that award. But this is what the Trae Young was asked about the bow that he took. He took a nice little bow right in center court after hitting a 40-footer to clinch the game over Reggie Bullock. And here's what Trae Young said in his Trae Young voice. Imagine you can almost hear Ric Flair saying this, a little more passion, but you can almost hear Ric Flair saying something like this.
I know where we are. I know it's a bunch of shows around this city, and I know what they do when the show is over. So that's pretty much what it
was. Can you hear Ric Flair? I know what they do in this town when the show is over. Woo!
Yes, sir. I love it. I
mean, that is an all-timer. That's a fantastic quote.
Here's my thing. If you're a guy who you know when you feel like people don't like you, man, embrace it. Like, go all in with it. And that's what Trae Young's doing. And I ain't mad at that at all. Like, that's what – like, bro, if you're one of these people who, like, genuinely don't like these guys in real life, like, there's something wrong with you, bro. Like, I talk crap about guys that I don't like. I released my 2021 updated players in the league that I don't like list. It's not like personally I don't like these dudes, bro. It's like the fun of the game. It's like I don't have to explain why I've got certain people on there and why. Like, bro, like it's not real life stuff. Like this stuff that Trae Young is doing is incredible. Like it just is what it is.
It's like wrestling. It's like wrestling. It's sports hate. It's what it is. It's sports hate.
I hear people say I never want Devin Booker on my team. Like, what in the world is wrong with you? Like, have you lost your mind? like this stuff ain't real. Like, Devin Booker's like one of the better players in the league. Oh, that punk, I don't want him. Oh, okay.
Well,
I don't want any floppers on my team. What do you think Dylan Brooks is doing? Like, what are we talking about? Like,
Jonas Valanciunas is the biggest flopper of all time.
Ja is like really trying to find his flop language. Like, Ja's doing it as we speak. Like, people have to stop all that, man. Like, Ja's really trying to find his go-to flop move. But he just ain't found it yet. But
yeah, it'll happen.
It's coming, Ja.
Our man J-Lou sends us a picture.
Man, J-Lou just be flexing on us, too. I'm about to block J-Lou.
I know.
Like, I'm not just going to keep sending us all these pictures of awesome angles that you watch the game from. Like,
it's like, here's my theater room. Here's my study. Here's my pantry. Here's my library. I was in the library last night watching the game with my –
this dude sending us pictures flooring. Like with a movie theater room with popcorn machines popping and like, come on, man.
It's like MTV Cribs.
Yeah, movie posters all around. Like,
I know. Hey, flex on him, J-Lou. I like it. Flex on him, man.
Yeah, we love it.
I'd flex on him with my setup. I got a pretty nice setup.
Now look at the wood on his floors, man. Look at the multi-tone.
J-Lou must not have kids, or else he must have older kids or something. He can't.
Yeah, get the dog.
He can't have younger kids.
Put the dog.
He can't have younger.
Get the dog to sit down at my feet while I take this picture and send it to these bums. I love it, man. I love it.
These poor people. I send all these poor people. They don't understand what this life is like.
You understand? What is this J-Lou's voice for real?
I know the shows. I know where we are. I know what the shows are. I know what they do with the shows.
Go home, everybody. Go home. Everyone, go home. Right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Right now, go home.
Check this out.
Sit down, Trae Young.
Hey.
Gonna bust it.
He earned it. He earned
the right for sure.
He earned the right
in the garden. Mixtape. Cancel. Scratching.
Yeah. Ooh, that mixtape, boy. Ugh. Melted in the sun. Left in the car too long. Got all warped. Like,
that can happen.
Yeah, it sounds real weird. Grizzlies got warped last night right out of the gate from the very beginning. You knew it was over about 2 minutes into the game. You're like, you know what? I can probably just go ahead and turn this off, really. It's been a great season.
Which is what I did. I just kept up with the commentary, what people were saying about the game. I was out on watching.
I mean, God help it. It was. Have we checked on Hasseltine this morning? Because I know that must have been a.
There it is. Season over.
There it is. It's 8-0 out of the gate, and the season, great season. You know, a lot to think about for the off season. Okay.
Join me on TakeATime.com. Join me on TakeATime.
9 minutes.
1 quarter.
9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and the season is over.
Yep. Get the bus ready.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the bus.
I'm looking at draft analysis right now. It's over.
Oh yeah, it was 7:55 left in the first quarter. It was 21-7. Jazz. 21-7 Jazz, and time out on the floor, and yeah. Okay, guys.
You
all
just
right.
can't come out here on the road.
I mean, this is just pitiful. I mean, come on. Your season's on the line, and this. Oh my God.
I mean, they're already.
You can't do this.
How do you not call that timeout? You can't take him in the next year.
Well, the thing that was amazing, before we talk about the whole thing, I saw a lot of people last night talking about like the rotations and all. Man, there's no rotation on planet Earth. The only rotation that would help is if planet Earth had stopped rotating and we'd all just died. That's the only way that the Jazz would have lost this game.
Mm-hmm.
no rotation that Taylor Jenkins could have come up with, unless LeBron or AD or somebody else that they were going to be able to borrow them for a little while. None of the existing players, you put whatever 5 you wanted out there, it wasn't going to help.
Man, if we had Justice Winslow's draft hype on the court, we still would have lost that game yesterday.
And still would have lost.
If we'd have had
again, the Jazz scored
what they thought Justice Winslow was going to be coming into the league, we still would have lost.
The Jazz scored 75 points the first half. Like that's not going to happen. The Grizzlies scored 51, which is okay for them, and they were down 24. There's nothing that's going to change that.
Hard times.
The way they executed was flawless. I mean, they were fantastic. They're a better team. So I don't get all caught up in like all that. I mean, there's definitely some things that Taylor Jenkins can learn. There's definitely some things to learn from all this. But at the end of the day, man, it wouldn't really have mattered. It wouldn't have made that much difference. Like people talking about, it's officiating crew. Oh, we got Tony Brothers. We got this. Look, it didn't matter. Could have had
Hunt Brothers out there.
Earl and Dave Hebner out there. Could have had Tim Donaghy. It wouldn't. None of it would have mattered. I mean,
the Hunt Brothers.
Could have had Frank Morrell. You could have
had Oscar Mayer, whoever.
Jerry Calhoun. We could have had. It didn't matter. It would all. It all would have been the same. Grizzlies lost last night. Strong finish for Ja Morant. 27 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. 5 of 9 from 3 for Ja. Jonas Valanciunas just really could not solve Rudy Gobert in the end. He's not. There's no shame in that, but he's just not.
I'm a little disappointed that we didn't have a JV game at all.
He's not on his level. I mean, he's just not. I love JV's a good player, really good player, but he's a level below Rudy Gobert. It's just what it is.
That's true.
That's what it is. So you have to accept it and deal with it. Rudy Gobert with another spectacular performance. Another guy that flopped and looked like an idiot and did a lot of dumb stuff, but turned out to have a really good series and played extremely well. And when he's playing well, I mean, when he's not spreading COVID, he's a tremendous weapon. Normally, he's a weapon for COVID.
How we know Donovan Mitchell didn't spread COVID?
Well, he didn't lick like people's microphones. So
no, but the point I'm trying to make it. Well, first of all, we've also found out that that's probably one of the most least. What's the word I'm trying to say? Getting COVID that way is not the easiest way to get COVID. That's probably the least.
It's pretty bad. You can definitely get it like that. I mean, you can share fluids.
But the point I'm trying to make is how do we know who got COVID first? How do we know that
we don't I don't think we
always joke and say, well, Rudy Gobert gave the Utah Jazz whole team.
I think it's the reason we think, well, we have a strong suspicion it was Rudy Gobert because he had friends that came over from France before and were visiting when this happened. And so it wasn't widely prevalent in the United States at that time. So
come on, man.
The likelihood.
Stop, bro.
The likelihood.
Stop, man. Sounds ridiculous.
That's true. That's what it is.
Peter, come on, man.
His friends had it. Then he got it. Then
we didn't know what COVID was until 2020. COVID. Well, there are several reports that people who had COVID-19 way before it was announced that COVID is here. Peter, come on, man. And they think that people from France brought COVID over here. Come on, man. Stop.
No.
No,
that's not true.
That's too simple to say that
that's not true.
Rudy Gobert's friends from France brought it to America.
No, that's what happened.
Peter, come on, man. So you're saying COVID no one in America had COVID until 2020? I know that's not true. Just to let you know, because I know several people who said, man, I had something. He was like, I was sick last year. Doctors had no clue what I had going on. Mm-hmm. And based on what they're saying, the symptoms of COVID I had that crap.
No, that's not the same thing as having COVID.
Because the people on the news didn't say it right. Move on. That's
because
dumb.
you just Look, somebody got sick and they can't figure out what it is. Come on.
How would they know?
Sick all the time with stuff they don't know.
So you're saying there's nobody in America that had COVID?
So you're saying anytime you get sick with something you can't diagnose, it's because it's some kind of foreign crazy disease.
I think this kind of simple to say that nobody had COVID until they started talking about it on the news. There's several people who say, bro, I think I had that crap because I had those same feel like I'm about to die symptoms for a month, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. And then when they started talking about COVID, like crap, that's what I had.
Well, I mean, we'll have to figure it out because genetically they didn't. Now, if there's another way they did, because they've studied the genome of it and people didn't have it. They knew when it first arrived and when it wasn't here before then. So whatever they had, maybe there's a variant of it, maybe there's some other thing that we don't know about yet.
They had COVID-18.
Maybe had COVID 18.5. Maybe had COVID 1.9. I don't know. I can't speak for it, but that's what it is. Anyway, point being, Trey, when Rudy Gobert's not spreading, he's a really good.
Hey, I do enjoy
really
saying that Rudy Gobert brought COVID to America. Though.
Yeah,
that does seem fun to say. Yeah, whether it's true or not.
So exactly. Now what I would say is, look, man, the Grizzlies. We basically after game 3, really, everyone kind of said, this thing's pretty much over. Like you kind of know how this thing's going to go. Mm-hmm. The Grizzlies gave a really strong accounting of themselves, worked really hard. Dylan Brooks made a name for himself. Ja Morant, expanded his celebrity even more and really stepped up to the plate. Jaren Jackson Jr. started to improve over the course of the series, which was positive. I mean, those are all really great things. They got a chance to play against an extremely gifted, very good playoff team and learn what it's like to do that and to learn what it's like that you have to play at that level, learn the level that you have to execute at. Mm-hmm. That's a phenomenal learning tool for a young team to know the level that you got to get to.
Why are you talking about Ja when we should have drafted Trae Young?
Yeah. I mean, we had to take a time machine, go back.
Oh, yeah. That Trae Young, R.J. Barrett lineup. Well, what are you talking about? Memphis would have loved. I would have loved that to be my team.
If Trae Young were in Memphis, though, he'd be beloved. He'd be Memphis made.
Who?
For sure.
You being for real?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to bear that dude, bro. And I like Trae Young in college, but I wouldn't be able to do it.
In Memphis, it'd be like Dylan Brooks. Like, everybody hates him, but Memphis, it's
a little bit more to Dylan than just people don't like him.
Yeah, a little more to Trae Young than people just don't like him.
I'd much rather have Ja than have Trae Young. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm not saying I wouldn't either, but if Trae Young had been drafted, people would love him.
But the reference that the thought that we would have both, like, that wouldn't have happened.
No, that wouldn't happen. No, because it would have changed.
My man texts us that every day, like, we just drafted Trae Young. We have the best backcourt. Okay. Put down NBA 2K.
Yeah, that would never happen.
It would have never happened.
Right there.
Trae and R.J. Barrett.
Vance says, I wouldn't say that JV got dominated. I would say that Rudy didn't have to worry about going up to screens to stop the Jazz from killing us behind the arc. I mean, yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah, JV wasn't getting rebounds.
JV wasn't. No, you could see in those matchups. No, they were 1-on-1 when he didn't get the stuff that he needed. He wasn't able to dominate on the boards. If you look at his rebounding totals for the series, they were down. You look at his impact, they were down. He was dealing with foul trouble. So that's just he was not as good. I mean, how many times? When did Jonas Valanciunas have 6 rebounds?
Yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. out rebounded.
When does that happen? Like, no, he was just clearly. There's not very many dudes out there that are bigger than Jonas Valanciunas, but Rudy Gobert is one of them. So that's part of it. And he could not. He turned the ball over 4 times. He kept getting into foul trouble throughout the series. Just it was not his series. So another texter wants to know about it's at 360-8255. Texter wants to know about Jonas Valanciunas and long term. What would happen long term? Does JV? That's Vance. Vance says we all love him, but does JV have a future here beyond his contract?
Man, bro. I think it depends on 2 things. It depends on 2 things, bro.
Okay, well let's find out those 2 things when we come back. Mm-hmm. From the live and local. Is it live and local?
Yes,
because that's what we are. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good.
It's definitely
those are
live.
2 things. Yeah, and definitely local. 360-8255, that's our number as we continue here live from the Family Leisure Studios, Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio. We are Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring the tailor-made Sim2 drivers with forged ring construction that enhances distance and forgiveness. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with pin seeker technology, or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, and shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Sheila, we need to set up Johnson's quarterly review.
Janowski Investments keeps portfolios profitable, but a double client base calls for double the advisors.
Hello. Hi, Janet. I'm so sorry. Pulling up your portfolio right now. Give me a sec.
Indeed can help them hire the people they need.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah, back for the break. 11 minutes left. You can't start off the hour.
You can't start off the hour like that.
You can't start the hour without a traffic report and expect people not to. Come on, go back hour 2. Get to the traffic report. Just go ahead and skip the hour.
Didn't do the name. Didn't do the call letters. Didn't do the rejoin. It's just not a good effort today.
Start the car.
Oh boy!
It's the end of the show.
Yeah, look at John. John, we get it. You're one of the best highlight players in the league. You can jump over everyone, but you got to pick your spots when trying to jump over a guy's head.
It's incredible. It really does sound like the new Lance Russell. Okay, Austin Idol, we get it. You're the universal heartthrob. We get it. Yeah, okay.
All right,
real good.
Pause everything.
Real good, Moondogs.
Pause everything. J. Lou just flexing again, sending us pictures of his perfect grandkids, I assume, and a dog with clothes on and socks. Come on, man. Come on, J. Lou. Stop flexing on me.
Oh, come on, man. What are we doing out here?
Your views from your eyes are incredible, bro. Like, we see. Like,
is this Vince Carter? Is J. Lou Vince Carter?
That's what I'm wondering, man.
I mean,
that's what I'm wondering, man. This dude's got perfect kids walking around pajamas on with a dog with socks.
Look at that.
And a T-shirt on. Come on, man.
Look at those adorable little kids, man. They look like they're about a little younger, similar
to
my kids, but a little younger.
Mm-hmm.
I got a boy and a girl, too. Same kind
Come on, Jay. Stop flexing
there. I got a little dog just like that. My floors don't look like that, though. How you keep,
floors
tell me
are fire.
Yeah, tell me how we keep the floors, not only that, but I mean, that nice, but that clean. That's why I'm more important. I need to worry about my kids. I don't think I can get a photo of my kids without some random kid thing on the floor. If I were to take photos of my house, J-Lo's got to have like a person. They got to have like a maid or a butler, somebody live in somebody. That's what I think. I think J-Lo's got help.
Oh yeah, he got a little help. A little help from his friends
out there. All right, so what are the two things? You said two things.
Shoot, I don't remember. We shouldn't have went to break. I done forgot.
Why do I always do that with Anthony saying? I forget that Anthony saying can't remember.
No, you can't take me. You can't take me over the break, man. This is over, man. No, I got it for real.
Like a goldfish, man. That's the goal of the 10-second memory. Like,
it's two things, but it's not really two things. It's really one thing. Like, can Jaren Jackson Jr. or Xavier Tillman can they be your starting center? And right now, I think the answer is no. But I'm pulling. I think Tillman can do it more so than Jaren.
I gotta say, I think Jaren as the big looked pretty okay in this group. Again, he dunked on Rudy Gobert last night. I think he's looked okay. Like, his rebounding was better. I'm actually kind of encouraged about Jaren as the 5. I think we saw some of the best Jaren at the 5 minutes that we've seen in a long time. I'm actually kind of encouraged by that. To answer your question, as far as I'm concerned, I don't really think so. Not at the contract level. I think again, that's just my personal view on bigs. They have to be much better defensively than Jonas Valanciunas is.
Mm-hmm.
My big has to be a defensive threat, and Jonas is not. I don't really worry too much about 20s and 10s. And I mean, Jonas is not a bad defender, but he's not a. he's got his issues. He's exploitable much more so than Gobert is.
He gives up the mid range.
The drop coverage is he can't come out all the way up on screens. He's not quite long enough to deal with some of that. Gobert can kind of halfway do that every now and then, but Gobert's rim protection is so much better than Valanciunas's. So that's just where I can't. For me, my personal opinion about team building. My personal opinion on team building is that you need your bigs. I don't want a whole bunch of my offense coming through my bigs. Not at least not in traditional big fashion.
Right.
I don't want. Yeah, exactly. I don't want 20 points coming on 10 post ups a game. I don't need that. That's not going to help my offense. And I just don't think that Jonas is a modern big. I think he's got a role. He's got a very important role, but it's not. I wouldn't. For this team, I would like to think that after next year, you could say you would know the future of your position at the center spot, and that it would not be Jonas.
Do you think JB will be okay with the bench role?
No.
How you figure that that's what he did in Toronto?
He wasn't okay with that role in Toronto. One of the reasons why he was so excited to come to Memphis.
So it could be feed the hand. Feed
Exactly.
17.
So he could be a much bigger part of things. I don't think he. I don't think he minds. Starting and only playing like 25 minutes. Like he doesn't mind bench minutes, but I think he's got to start or be a bigger part of things, especially now. Especially having gone through these seasons and putting up the numbers that he's put up. I think he's. People are going to say.
All right. Let me give you another side of it, because I don't really agree with what you're saying in general. But I'll say this. I've made excuses for Jaren, saying you can't.
Which part don't you agree with? Which part don't you?
That he can't be part of your future.
Okay.
Because we're looking at Jaren and we're saying, hey, we can't really judge Jaren because he only played 11 games. He's playing against two of the worst centers for him to have to go up against. Is it okay to say that there's only one Utah Jazz, only one Rudy Gobert, and that against most teams, JB is going to look good?
I mean, it's okay to say that. But I'm asking the question: Would JV looking good? What does that mean for the rest of your offense?
JV has been the rest of our offense a lot this year, though. There have been games that if JV didn't show up, he would have taken
right.
a loss.
But that's one thing for the Memphis Grizzlies, who are scraping in the 9th seed in the Western Conference. Is another thing for a team
to be a championship level team,
to be that next level team, right?
Because there's not a good team in the NBA that uses the center the way we use JV. Period.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm wrong, like let me know, but I can't think of one.
That's my point. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's fine right now. He's had a great season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to downgrade what he's done at all.
Bro, trust me, we've had this conversation. I totally agree with your side as well, and I disagree with your side. That makes any sense. I see both sides of it.
Yeah, it's a difficult.
Right.
Because
your MBs, your joke is they're not JV. They're not JV type scores.
No, it's not that. But it is nice to have JV as a safety valve. It's nice to have all the offensive rebounding and putbacks and stuff. I mean, there's been lots of times when Ja's just sort of throwing a ball up and JV goes and gets it, and he's big. There are moments in games when your offense isn't clicking and you can throw it down there and he can get you a bucket. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't value, but it's just as far as like especially with the way this team wants to run and be athletic and be switchable, that's not JV. So, I mean, major credit to him. I think JV's improved tremendously. I think he's adapted his game to some extent. He's been more athletic. He's been more switchable. I mean, you have seen him, kind of come out there and blitz sometimes on those pick and rolls. Like, they've tried new things with him, and he's done that. So, I don't mean this to sound like I'm trying to knock Jonas Valanciunas. I am definitely not.
Right.
But it's just.
We've got an odd mix of
part of the future. I just don't. I don't see it. I don't see it. Especially if Jaren, if the like I said, the minutes with Jaren at 5 were pretty good in this series, and that's kind of what I was wanting to see. So we'll see. Hour number 2 on the way. We'll talk more about it. We'll also talk about Coach K. Our buddy Ryan has texted and he wants to talk about Coach K. We can do that as well. A whole lot more as we continue here. Live and local from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Summer in Memphis is hot and humid. Match that with an inefficient air conditioner, and that equals less comfort inside your home and higher utility bills. Hi, this is Lauren Choate with Choate's Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing. If you're frustrated with your current HVAC system, then let us give you a free estimate to make you and your family more comfortable this summer. Right now, Choates and Carrier are offering 60 months no-interest financing on select Carrier HVAC systems. If you're not ready to purchase a new system yet and need Freon to get you through the summer, then go to our website for our half-off 1 pound of Freon coupon. If your system hasn't received a maintenance yet, Choates is also offering their 20-point $99 AC tune-up. So turn to the experts with Choates and call 347-8086 today to take advantage of these specials. And remember, Choates, let our family serve your family.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together. So the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Veterans face treacherous situations filled with peril while serving our country. Many veterans come home physically injured, suffering from PTSD, have traumatic brain injuries, or other ailments. At an unprecedented time in history, our most vulnerable veterans are isolated at hospitals and their homes. Imagine having to shelter in place forever. Over the past year, Help Heal Veterans has sent nearly 500,000 therapy kits to isolated veterans and active military. Help Heal Veterans, with the support of citizens like you, creates, manufactures, and distributes therapeutic art and crafts projects for our veterans and military, making things better together. Join us in supporting an isolated or sick veteran and help them through this desperate time. To learn more, visit healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans, a not-for-profit organization that has been helping veterans for 50 years. healvets.org.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So we working an new accident here on I-240 Midtown near Lamar Avenue. This is on the northbound lanes of I-240. The crash has been moved onto the right shoulder. It was currently blocking the right lane. So just keep in mind, crash on I-240 Midtown near Lamar Avenue. Also, we still working accidents on Knight Arnold Road at Councilman Street. Crash, a medical emergency on New Allen Road south of Fraser Boulevard, and also crash on Comanche Road west of Gidwell Road. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Okay.
Who it is, man?
Okay.
This is Ruby Riot.
Did you get the release?
Yesterday?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You going to do the release list?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Woo! Tough times, Daddy.
Oh, hard
Tough times, Daddy. Hour number 2, Daddy, is here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1. My name is Peter Edmiston. He is our good friend, Anthony Sane. Of course, Zachary Boyd doing his thing. As well, got a busy Thursday. Dustin Starr coming up in an hour. We're going to talk about those breaking news on the WWE front. Contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Some real weird stuff going on at WWE right about now. There's no question about that. In addition to that, we're going to get to a bunch of basketball, as you'd expect, including more about the Grizzlies in the end of their season, and a whole lot more as we continue. Lots of questions. Hopefully we'll have a few answers for you. Today, high in the upper 70s, maybe about 80, kind of overcast, partly cloudy, but not expected to see too much rain in our area, so it should be nice to get outside and do your thing. And again, I'm sorry, kids, you still have to go to school for another 2 more weeks. It's incredible. So Grizzlies lost last night, 126-110. That series is over. Philly knocked off Washington 129-112 without Joel Embiid. That series is over. Trae Young and Atlanta knocked off the Knicks 103-89. That series is over 4-1. And Luka Doncic, a spectacular performance from the legendary Luka as Dallas went into Staples and won again 5-0 against teams in Staples Center in the postseason. 105-100 against the Clippers. Luka, 42 points, 8 rebounds, 14 assists, 6 of 12 from 3.
Legendary performance
for Luka. It was a legendary performance. You gotta throw that out there.
What would Luka have to do in somebody's arena? Hold on, listen. What would Luka have to do in somebody's arena for somebody to throw something?
That's a good question. I don't know. Probably defecate, I guess. Probably, maybe.
Wear a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Oh, well, that would definitely help. That definitely help stir up some particular anger.
Luka, how could you?
How could you, Luka? I thought you were one of us.
Luka came from the motherland. Y'all went and got a savior, Luka. These American white guys, they're just not go get us someone from the motherland.
They're not.
I can't.
They're not.
I gotta have it. Chandler Parsons, get out of here.
Not
Grayson
white
Allen,
enough,
get out of my face. Go give me a freshly squeezed from the motherland.
Boban, they got Boban. They got Kristaps Porzingis.
Mhm.
I mean, it's Maxi Kleber. Yeah, there's a lot of that happening over there.
Get out of here, Grayson Allen. Give me a fresh, give me a pure breed.
The purist. Hour number two begins here with all of that. Grizzlies lose last night.
I might have to stop calling Luka McGrady, man. He's about to get out the first. I would because he ain't got out the first round, but I think he's about to get out the first round now. The Clippers are trash. Man, y'all
Clippers and the Lakers gonna go out in first
about to
round?
get up out of here.
Ooh, is tonight the night for the Lakers?
It better be. It has to be. Does AD play? Does he help?
Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like he couldn't do. Apparently, he couldn't even move much on Tuesday. Said he was having some significant issues. He is made of glass. I'm telling you.
Man, I'm worried. I'm worried about
Is LeBron going to show up? Like if they're down at the half, is LeBron just going to stay in
he's gonna
locker
go
room
and
at the
start
half?
the offseason?
He's getting ready. That's right. That's what it's all about. Oh man.
Hey, hold on. I think the text is saying the exact thing I'm saying. Hold on. Texas says he said Grizz would have matched up better with any other team. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like remember when I was saying I'd rather get the Lakers? Remember I was saying I want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because if we would have beat the Lakers, we would have matched up really well with the Suns.
I mean, listen. Here's the
Peter. What happened to Brandon Clark? You know.
Yeah, the Brandon Clark situation is quite something, I have to say. It's quite something. He's oh boy. It's just it wasn't a good matchup for him, and frankly, he wasn't playing very well. I mean, it's just he's why is he not playing well? I mean, that's a great question. His defensive capabilities fell off. He was not the impact defender that he was a year ago. That was part of it. His offense fell through a cliff. He went from being an adequate 3-point shooter to being a non-existent 3-point shooter. Free throw percentage dropped. Getting to the rim, he didn't get to the rim as much. The floater just completely abandoned him. He went from shooting 52% mid-range last year to 38% this year. That is a colossal drop-off. That floater, I'd have to go back and look at all of them and see if teams, defended him differently or if he just didn't have it. But that floater that he was so good at last year, remember how just automatic the floater was?
Bucket, yeah.
It was incredible. That's gone. That has been gone completely. So that's the answer right there. He just wasn't productive.
Do you think he has an injury that's not really an injury? If that makes any sense, like something's nagging him.
He said he had his glute. Yeah, he said he had a glute situation that that was tough for him on the court. That said he couldn't run. He didn't have the same level of explosiveness.
That's his butt meat, right? That's the booty meat. Right?
Yeah, the butt meat. That's the butt meat. Yeah, you got a little. If your butt meat's messed up, you can't jump the same. You're not going. It's not going to be the same. So
imagine trying to jump with a torn up ass. Torn up.
You can say that if you want. I mean, that's okay. That's okay.
I know it just came out weird. Imagine trying to jump with a torn up booty meat, man. Come on, man.
So I think that's part of it. But he said it wasn't that big of a deal. But
no, I'm gonna tell you what the problem was. He probably came to Grizz like, look, man, stop putting in the injury report that something's wrong with my butt cheeks, man. Come on now. Just don't play me.
I don't want people talking about my butt.
Yeah.
I don't want people talking about my butt.
I don't want to be the butt of any butt jokes. Just sit me down.
I'm done with it.
Just take that out of the report. No, No, come
And
on.
he says, "Sit me down," and then they say, "Well, we can't because your butt hurts." He's like, "Oh,
Nah,
dang,
see,
you're
go,
right.
go, look, man, come on.
Stand me up, I guess. I don't know what else to say." So he fell off.
Your butt's against the wall. Put my butt against the wall. Come on, man.
Yeah.
But of course, he didn't have that type of aggression. But I was like, guys, is it possible just
my butt
like just to
is,
sit me? Because
and,
it's kind of embarrassing.
It's difficult for me to play. And really feel like
it's really weird.
It's weird. It's weird.
I think that's what happened for real, though. I think the butt thing has bothered him, but he came to like, nah, man, you can't keep putting that in the
booty
report.
meat down. Yeah, I don't know.
Torn butt cheeks.
Torn booty meat. Got that booty meat that's torn. That's tough. Guys, that's tough out there. Let me tell you. It's not easy. I mean, that's a tough life.
It can be problematic. Ain't
all booties matter. Man.
Come on, man.
All booties do matter. It's a great point. It's a great point out there. All right, so the Grizzlies fall last night, and now the season is over. So what do you do now? What do you do now? Another texter says Grizzlies would match up better with any team in the West. Probably so. Utah is a very bad matchup for the Grizzlies. They won 7 of 8 against the Grizzlies. The only time the Grizzlies beat them was without Donovan Mitchell when the Jazz went 12 of 47 from 3 and all that stuff. That was never going to happen again. It didn't happen again, and the Grizzlies didn't beat them again. So, it was a bad matchup for them. I think Suns would have been a better matchup. I think, Denver. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure that any of those teams. I'm not sure the Grizzlies would have won the series against any of those teams, but I do think they would have been
we would have got a couple games more so than this one. Raider Core says 1, 2, or 3 are with the Grizzlies in November. Tillman, Winslow, Clark. A couple weeks ago, I would have said all 3. I'm kind of leaning towards 2.
Which 2?
In November. That might be 1. If I was to say 2, I'm leaning towards them I'm not picking up Winslow's option. I am.
I'm leaning towards
unless they know there's a trade where they need his money to make something work. That they've been kind of stewing or they know they need that contract. And if I was to say 1, I'd say Tillman. I wouldn't be surprised if the Grizzlies trade Clark.
I think Tillman. I think there is no circumstance that I'm aware of where Tillman's not back. I can't. I mean, unless there's some trade or something. But that
you know what I'm
unlikely.
saying. 1 would be he would be the one they keep, right? You know that's what I'm saying. Okay, all right.
Yeah. I'm just going over the whole. I think Tillman is for sure going to be with the Grizzlies. I think Clark will be as well. I mean, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think he has much trade value, and he's under contract, so. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't have him.
If you can trade for him, what do you mean?
What's the trade value? Who's trading for butt meat hurt Brandon Clark?
Crazy, bro. Because Brandon Clark was like, you can't trade him. He's part of the core 3. He's the big 3.
What is Brandon Clark? Who's gonna say? Oh man, that guy that you couldn't play in the postseason, the guy that you couldn't even put out on the floor. You gonna trade for this
sitting
guy?
Here now in the moment, bro. Something had to have been wrong with him because there's no way he fell off that bad. Like, no way, bro. No way. Maybe I should check my sources and not tell you anything.
If I were you, I would check your sources.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my sources just so I can know for my own peace of mind.
I'm
not telling you anything.
Oh man, that's fun.
It's extremely fun.
It's extreme.
Let me shoot some text out.
I'm enjoying that. Very good situation right there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think 2 of them will be back. Maybe I could. I'm still 50-50 on the Winslow thing. I really don't. I know that there's an opportunity to open up some money, but what are they gonna? What's the plan with that money? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not.
Just to slide it down their arms and take a picture. Why not? Just slide that cap space down your arm, Grizzlies. And then go
just
like $1 Million
just
Man.
Flash it on, just putting it out there
on the gram,
rolling around in cap space, just
yeah.
Look at all my cap space.
It's like Zach Kleiman should take a picture with a big stack of money to his ear like a phone.
A big stack of space.
Yeah,
Just
let
a
the
big
money.
blank.
Yeah,
And
space.
be like, look at all this space. I can't hear you.
Let the money
because all
talk.
this space is right here. I'm letting all my space talk.
Trade somebody into that joint.
Everybody get up. It's time to slam now.
Cause
We
Cap
got a
Space
real
Jam.
going now. Listen to the Cap Space Jam.
Let's go it. Oh,
Come on and slam. And welcome to the Cap Space Jam.
Winslow, you gotta go. Oh.
Hey, Boo, what you gonna do?
Oh, we're signing Jaron. Oh, nobody's caring. Oh. Oh, Winslow, you gotta go. That's so funny.
Yeah. Cap Space Jam is gonna be my new hit for the summer. Everybody sign up. It's time to sign now.
Oh, yeah.
We got a real thing going now. Welcome to Cap Space Jam. It's your chance. Do your dance. Cap Space Jam. All right.
Jerry got that extension. We forgot to mention. Oh,
There's been some dissension.
some injury tension. Oh, Winslow, you gotta go. I'm gonna say that like 20 more times throughout the show. Just know.
So it's really fun to say.
it just rhymes so perfectly, man.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, J. Lou, I didn't want to go there, but like, when Brandon Clark,
J-Lo,
when Brandon Clark started doing weird stuff to his hair, you knew it was over, man. Like for sure, you knew.
I think he's truly a cautionary tale about the trippiness.
Yeah.
Trippiness and drippiness can go wrong, guys. I don't mess with it unless you know what you're doing. Don't mess with it. Don't either you got to be full on trippy or not at all. But if you're just trying to dabble in the trippiness.
Because
Mr. Orange Juice Orange, another example of that. You can't. I mean,
Oh, he's born into
how was
it,
Justice Winslow before? Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Before
he went full
before we saw the
trippy,
SoundCloud, before he was full blown
yeah.
SoundCloud. I mean, now the man can't even play. That's why Jaron had to stop. They said, "Look, Jaron, trip drip, you got to stop. Trip J, you got to stop this before it's too late." No, you got to be like Ja. Now you can collaborate with Moneybagg Yo. That's fine, but don't put out your own SoundCloud. That's collab is fine, but if you put your own thing out,
let
it's
the rappers
going
rap about you. Don't rap with the rappers.
It's got to. That's a different thing. I can't wait for Coolio to come out with a Brandon Clark rap about the sitting on the bench.
Been spending most of our lives
on the bench. Been spending most of our lives on the bench, but hurting on the inside. Tell me, why are we hurting in our booty meat? When the cheeks we hurt. Thought you been or glued me. Man, something wrong with us for real, bro.
We got the accusation. I got no butt sensation.
Yeah.
Can't live a normal life.
Man, I'm hurting on my right side. I'm trying to squeeze my cheeks, but
but I can't jump.
Hurting in my rump. Now you look at me,
I'm hurting in my rump.
DMPs in the
Tell
playoff.
me, why do we
get
a DNP
in my booty meat?
See, that's what happens. That's what happens.
Oh,
on there.
man.
That's right.
Just stop texting.
So that
y'all, I appreciate all the texts that are coming in, but it's really getting us off. It's really getting us off. The texts are awesome today. I ain't gonna lie to you. J-Lo said he had dreads under the band the whole
right.
playoffs. He did. But y'all think I be making this stuff up, man? Like when you just start doing like the goofy stuff with your hair, it's like something mentally, man. Your mental might be thrown off, man. For real. It's like, oh man, screw it. I'm just gonna throw a big thick sanitary napkin headband over my dreads. Why not?
No, you can't do it.
Can't do it at all, man.
Can't do it. It just tells you. It tells you right there. It tells you. It's just it's. Woo!
Oh man,
I don't get it. I don't get it. So as far as the future goes, we have plenty of time to discuss it, but it's a fascinating possibility of what might happen if you take Justice Winslow out of the mix. It's just amazing how badly that thing flopped. I'm really shocked by that.
Yeah. I got a feeling that I want to give the dude the offseason. Because I say give Jaren the offseason. Give him a good offseason. I want to say that, but, bro, because there's a resume of Justice Winslow being good. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's some dude that we drafted. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but he's good. But I think he's good in the same way that Kyle Anderson is good, and Kyle Anderson is cheaper. What is Justice Winslow going to do for you that Kyle Anderson isn't already doing for you?
Why not have both?
Yeah, exactly.
But how can you? But you can't. Your offense won't work.
No, because you know for sure that Justice Winslow is like a high level on ball defender, and
so is Kyle Anderson.
No, he's not.
He's a
different type of defender though, bro.
But he's still a high level defender though.
Kyle's like, okay, I'm 7'11" long. Let me just wrap my arms around you and build a little fence around you. He's that type. He's that type of defender. No, he's not. He's not like a athletic, I can get up in you type defender. Kyle's like, I'm just gonna make a little fort here, move fort for you. He just stands there and looks long.
And then whoop, and then like the ball.
Hey,
somebody go get him. Somebody go get him.
It works. It works
to an extent. Because Donovan Mitchell was destroying his fort. But anyway.
Donovan Mitchell was destroying everybody's fort. That doesn't mean you're not a good defender.
That's true.
Donovan Mitchell was killing. You see that sequence where at the end of the first half when he just took Dylan Brooks' soul.
Dylan Winslow?
Dylan Winslow. He took Dylan Winslow's soul. He took Dylan Brooks' soul.
He's a soul snatcher for sure.
He snatched his soul, man. He just went back, tried it about 10 seconds and then just put one right in his eye. And oof.
And that was pretty good defense.
Are the Grizzlies a playoff
team? It was
great.
The defense was good. It just wasn't good enough.
Are the Grizzlies a playoff team next year? Because I think for the Grizzlies to be one, you have to say who's not going to be one. Because the Warriors are going to be one.
I think it just depends. I got to see what they do this offseason. I can't say that yet.
Is it safe to say that for the next 10 years, the Grizzlies will at least be a play-in level team?
Yes.
In the play-in or in the playoffs for the next 10 years?
Mm-hmm. I think it's very safe to say.
I think that's a good place to be.
They're in a really good spot. I think they're in a really good position. I'm just looking at the comparison between Kyle and Justice, and it's very similar as far as their statistical profile and all that stuff goes. That's very similar.
Both of them have ridiculous.
Both are just a pure negative on offense, pretty much. Both are a big positive on defense, and that's where the value comes.
So they're letting Winslow go, is what you're saying?
Winslow is tracking this way, and Kyle's tracking this way, and so. Also, Kyle is cheaper. Kyle is only 2 years older, so it's not like they're, that much. The age is not that much of a difference.
Texas says,
I don't know.
Texas says yes, the Grizzlies are a playoff team. The Clippers or the Lakers won't get in next year.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Come on, man.
No, they're gonna get in. They're gonna get in.
Portland might not.
They're gonna get in.
Nah, fam, you're tripping on all fronts on this, man.
No, they're gonna get in.
A team with LeBron, healthy LeBron, it don't matter who he's got with him. They're getting in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're going.
And the Clippers don't. Unless the Clippers blow it up, they're getting in too. What are you talking about, dude?
We'll talk more about that. We'll also talk a little Coach K when we come back. And yes, the USFL is returning.
Woo-hoo. Come on, Showboats. That's the right league, right?
Yeah, that's right. So there you go. We'll talk about all that stuff when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 Middays.
Lunchy munchy.
Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
For over 8 decades, America's farmers have counted on the Little Red Tractor from Case IH, the Farmall, to help them make short work of their demanding chores. Well, Mid-South Ag can show you they aren't just for farms anymore. With horsepower ranging from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments, they can tackle every chore on your to-do list, from hauling and mowing to loading and towing and then some. Stop by Mid-South Ag Equipment or call 662-890-3141 to find a Case IH Farmall that's right for you.
Hey, I heard that you just got a new car.
Yes, I sure did, and I could not believe how simple it was.
Really? Tell me what happened.
I bought my car at Cars Inc. They are family owned, and the choices of cars were the best I've ever seen. They even said they could price match with anyone and help me with whatever financing I needed.
Wow, it does sound like they know what they're doing.
Their family has been in the car business for over 30 years, and they're excited about being in Memphis.
Where are they?
5095 Cummington Way, and their phone number is 901-623-7180.
Farmers Insurance knows that when you're in the car and that song comes on, yes, that's the one, you have no choice but to pull out your imaginary drumsticks and smash those cymbals and stomp on that kick pedal, which unfortunately is the accelerator pedal. And we covered it. Talk to a farmer's agent who knows a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two.
Call Chad Gatlin at 901-235-1176 or get a fast quote at memphisfarmers.com.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
At Jason's Deli, when you're dining in or picking up curbside, you can expect wholesome food and no surprises, just delicious sandwiches, crisp salads, and quick quality meals made with the freshest ingredients and no artificial trans fats, MSG, high fructose corn syrup, or artificial colors and dyes. Around here, a lot of thought goes into what we put into our food and what we take out of it, because you're not just taking a bite, you're getting a taste of who we are. New items are constantly being created to expand our menu for all tastes and special diets with vegan and gluten-free options available. Convenience and on-time delivery you can count on. It's just a click away at jasonsdeli.com, so whether you need to feed 5 people or 5,000, the team at Jason's Deli, they have the credentials and the commitment to keep you satisfied. Freshness is nearby at Jason's Deli with locations at Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, Poplar and Highland, Germantown Road in Cordova, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch. Jason's Deli. It's wholesome food and no surprises.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working the accident on I-240 Midtown near Lamar Avenue. Right now, the right shoulder is currently blocked there. That's I-240 Midtown. The right shoulder is blocked there. And that's pretty much all your accidents from this morning so far. So let's just keep that going for the next hour and a half. And that's your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Who is this? Which
is
new AEW star is this going to be?
This is Buddy Murphy.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be AEW next week. Boy, Tony Khan has just got to be like, just loving life.
For sure.
Right now. Did you see the ratings for Raw, too? They were horrible. Horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. WWE might be in trouble.
I got a little conspiracy theory. We'll talk about it when Dustin comes on.
You got a conspiracy theory about everything.
Because, the writing's on the wall, man.
How do you sleep at night?
Well, no, not all the time.
Because you got so many conspiracy theories running around your head. I just don't know how you can even calm your brain to get yourself going. It is our number 2 here of the program. As we mentioned last night, a lot of series closed out. We've got 2 more games tonight where we could see some significant action, and I think most notably the Lakers situation. I mean, I don't know if the Nuggets and the Blazers can match up, and there's no way they can compete with that Game 5 classic where Damian Lillard hits 2 game-tying threes, scores 55 points, crazy stuff. But they'll try. That game tips off at 7 o'clock, 9:30 tip for Phoenix and Lakers as the Lakers looking to stay alive. Suns looking to put the boot in and end the season early for the Lakers. A big one. We'll find out more if Anthony Davis is going to be able to play in that game. If not, boy, I don't see it happening for the Lakers. We also found out yesterday that Mike Krzyzewski is going to retire after this season. He's going to take one final victory lap around the entire college basketball world, and then he's going to retire at the end of the 21-22 season.
Had
John
to wait till we get some fans. Had to wait till we get some fans in these arenas, man. I'm
exactly
not retiring
right.
to no empty arena. What are we doing? Come on.
That's exactly
Come
right.
on now.
That's exactly right. Yes. So we have all of the various statements and stuff coming out now, and people throwing laurels and flowers at Coach K, and it's a little bit like going to your funeral while you're still alive. You know what I mean? You're seeing all the various tributes that are pouring in. What's your tribute to Coach K?
Shout out to Coach
Okay.
K for having a great Sega Genesis basketball game.
Okay. Zach, do you want to add to that? You want to add to that tribute?
Not done. My early love of college basketball games and was built through Coach K, and I appreciate you. Salute.
Is he still coaching for Team USA, or has he retired from that as well?
Yeah, he's retired from that as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, great career. Like, I don't know what to say. Like
He's the GOAT, though. I mean, we're joking. I mean, come on. We're still talking about one of the best that's ever done it.
Yeah, definitely one of the best. Like, obviously, for me, like, everything is more recent, like, from, like, the mid-2000s and on. So I don't know what was the scene and what was like back then when he started coaching and was starting become the powerhouse name that he is. So, but I mean, like look at the NBA now. Like, almost every team has a Duke player on it, man. So, I mean, he's done something right as far as getting those guys into the NBA. So,
hey, he's the man. I mean,
listen. He's a wonderful coach. I mean, really, really was. Complicated guy. I mean, he's a bully. There's no question about that. He's loves the attention, which a lot of people do. But he's a phenomenal coach. Leader by far and away in Division I men's basketball history. Not even close. No one is Jim Boeheim, who's still going to be coaching when he's basically an animatronic. Jim Boeheim is going to still be on the sidelines long after he's passed on. They're just going to reanimate his body and have him out there
still
running
that
2-3 zone. Yeah, it's going to be out there. Absolutely. I mean, that zone he basically did. I mean, at this point, he doesn't even need to do anything.
Go get the 2-3 zone
at this point.
Yeah.
Y'all got it. Y'all zone. You know the drill. Just watch the tapes. I got these instructional videos here that I put out.
Pass, swing, feed the big man, kick it back out, take a shot.
Yeah, there you go. There it is, right
Thanks,
there.
guys.
Get back on defense. Zone.
All right.
To the
right. So he's got 1,170 Division I wins. Jim Boeheim is next with 982. So he's got 200 more wins than second. He's lapped the field on that one. No question about it. 97 NCAA tournament wins. That's number one. 126 weeks to top the top 25 poll. That's number one. 15 30-win seasons. That's number one. 12 Final Four appearances. That's tied for number one. 14 Final Four victories. That's second. 5 national titles. That's second only to John Wooden. 41 first rounders in the draft. That's number one. I mean, it's an incredible list. So no doubt about it. I just think it's I don't know. The victory lap, he's earned it. It's fine. He can do it.
He's a GOAT. He can do what he wanted. Of course.
He can do what he wants.
I wouldn't retire with no empty arenas either. You're gonna give me mine.
Well, that's what he's gonna do. He says
John
Shire.
He's not the Olympic coach anymore, though. Like You asked it. I don't remember what you said, Zach.
No.
Wasn't paying attention.
He's not. No, he's not.
Who's the Olympic coach now?
I think it's John Shire.
Shut up.
I think it's Mark Ivoroni.
Hold on, bro. I might be wrong. Didn't John Shire play on the Duke teams like in 2008 or something like that?
Yeah.
Because he played with Redick, J.J. Redick, and Greg Poglis and all them boys.
Yes.
He's supposed to be the coach at Duke?
Yep.
It's like Memphis hiring Antonio Anderson.
Yep.
Huh?
Same time frame. Yep. That's right.
All these dudes that came up out of Duke, they about to hire like some dude who's like 29. No, how old is that dude?
Yeah, but he's been an associate head coach, assistant coach, and all that stuff. So
he's not even 30 years old.
He is 33.
Yeah, he's
It's still crazy young. That stuff just makes me feel so freaking old. Dudes who played college basketball in 2008 are 33 years old.
You are old. You're very old.
Yeah.
Look at you. You're creaky. You got arthritis. You can't get out of
Get me toe down.
Yeah.
I ain't saying this about you. If anybody you got to call me, leave your girl or your mama around me. We'll take notes. We can revisit it after you leave your girl or your mama around me.
My mama's been dead for a while.
Hey,
so
I just said I ain't talking about you. I just said I ain't talking about you, didn't I? Leave your mama or your lady.
My lovely wife. I
ain't talking about you, man.
Completely. Trust her completely. No, I said you are old, though. There's no question about it.
Ain't nothing old about me.
You old man. You creaking.
Toe down.
You get up your knees or just.
Harden said he didn't realize how old I was till yesterday. He said he thought I was like 30. I said, man, I know it. Of course you thought that.
Black don't crack. Is that what we're going with?
No, black does crack, but mine don't. Good living over here, man. I'm on that Zach lifestyle, man. I don't fool around.
And what was that?
Yeah, Zach's a 45-year-old man. Look at him. He looks incredible. He doesn't look a day over 35.
45 divided by 2. No, that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
By 2.
Add 7.
2.5 either, and then multiply by 2.
Right.
And then multiply that back by 2.
Add 1, take away 1.
So Coach K, a spectacular coach. I prefer the Roy Williams approach where he just like, I'm retired and that's it, and I'm just going to walk away and play golf.
He ain't got to do that.
No, I said I prefer that. He can do whatever he wants.
I would have been upset if Coach K had done it. He deserves a victory lap, man. Come on now. GOAT, greatest of all time. Like, I would have liked to know. Come on, man. It's just like with the Marcus Gasol tribute they did with no one in the arena. They need to run that again. Next year, they need to run that Marcus Gasol thing again, like it didn't happen this year.
Mark's, they'll be fine. He'll be fine. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he does. You mean he don't care? He cried in the empty arena.
No, but I'm saying he doesn't care about getting all that accolades and stuff. I mean, he cares if you're going to do something emotional for him. But he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying. He need to do it again.
He's not seeking it out.
He deserves to get a.
Coach K's seeking it out. He wants it. He's like, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not saying Mark wants it.
There's going to be a rider. There's going to be
that's all I'm saying.
There's going to be stuff that's sent out, like to each of these arenas that Coach K is going to play in. Coach K is retiring. Here's a list of the things that he needs. He needs, number one, at least a 2-minute tribute with at least 3 heartfelt comments from local celebrities and former players. He needs the Duke Blue Devils in association with the National Civil Rights Museum honor Mike Krzyzewski.
Coach K Museum.
Coach K. This is before every single game. Coach K was a living legend.
I need you to have former players come here and tell us about games where we beat you. And
that's exactly right. Coach K, of course, an icon, a legend in coaching. For every single game, it's going to be like this. Coach K would require at least 3 pounds of Wagyu beef, steaks served medium in there, along with an assortment of fruits and cheeses and various fine desserts from local restaurateurs to bring to him on platters.
Is he a fruit and cheese guy? Is that what you're saying? Is he like on record as being
fine wines and all that stuff? The finest wine before each game. He's going to be with a little red wine and some grapes. Coach K requires a personal assistant at every game to feed him and bring him He's gonna enter on one of those Macho King Randy Savage things where they used to carry him in you remember that with the four guys carrying the guy carrying him into the arena. That's Coach K is going to be in. His players are going to bring him in on that.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time here in Wake Forest, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the legend himself, Mike Krzyzewski. Boo!
You a hater, bro.
You suck.
Why you want everybody to be humble, man? Who got time for that, bro? Who got time for that?
I mean, if you're humble, you do.
Man, if I was Coach K, I would have told y'all 2 years ago, I'm leaving.
I'm leaving in 5 years. I want you to – each year I want it to progressively be more and more spectacular before we have fireworks shows and dancers that come out. It's going to look like, Coming to America when we got 3,000 dancers out here just going. That's what I want. That want to see.
That was so wild. He was getting ready to die. They had a funeral before
he wants. That's exactly what he wants. He wants the funeral before. That's exactly what he wants. King Joffrey Jafuri. I want same thing.
Yeah, somebody needs to make that a video thing with Coach K on his head.
He's exactly right. I think we could do that.
I wish I had that. Skill. I can do a lot of stuff. I don't know how to. I know how they do that, but I don't know how to do that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, my brother-in-law is quite good at all that, and I cannot.
I'm good. I don't have time.
I can't touch him. Can't touch him on that stuff. I'm afraid. Can't do it. As we mentioned, coming up here in just a little bit, we're going to talk to our good friend Dustin Starr about all things wrestling, and there's some crazy stuff that is happening. I mean, it's a wild day yesterday for a lot of reasons, and the WWE tried to kind of slip that by in the midst of all of the big news. I'm not sure that they actually did that. When they decided to do that. So we'll tell you all of that coming up here in just a little bit. In the meantime, excited because we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on with our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook. Now, you know, and I know, as we talked about all this stuff, that baseball is going on hot and heavy. You know how it is. We've all had that dream. Tie game, bottom of the ninth, bases loaded. Well, on FanDuel Sportsbook, you get more than one shot to swing for the fences. That's right. FanDuel is letting you place your first bet absolutely risk-free. New users get up to $1,000 back in site credit if your first bet doesn't win. That's right, you can bet up to $1,000 risk-free. Use that promo code BIGHEAD when you sign up. And if your bet doesn't win, you know what? That happens sometimes. You might be a little disappointed, but then you look in your account and say, boom, site credit back all the way live. We're good to go. We're going to take another shot at it. It's one of the reasons why FanDuel Sportsbook is America's #1 sportsbook. It's got a simple-to-use app, great odds on all different betting markets, unique fun bet types like same-game parlay, and always-on promotions to let you get more action out of every single game day. And when you win, FanDuel will pay your winnings in as little as 24 hours. And I can tell you that because I got my winnings back earlier this week. I sent a request in, and I got my winnings back in it was about 12 hours. So that quick. Basically same day, because I did it overnight right as I was going to go to sleep. I was up after midnight. Made the request. By lunchtime, I had my money. Maybe it's, might not be that fast every single time, but it's going to be within 24 hours. It's what they do. It's fantastic. Check it out. It is FanDuel Sportsbook. It's been a lot of fun. It continues to be a lot of fun for me and for Sane.
I got my money this morning. Got my money this morning, man, for my earnings over the weekend. Don't play.
Look at you.
Hey, man, I'm in a whole nother tax bracket screwing around with out here, man. Y'all better quit messing.
I know. We've seen our same-game parlays have been incredibly lucrative for our group. Incredibly lucrative.
I came up a little short last night, but it's all good. It's been good, too.
It happens. Yeah, you're still up. You're still up big time overall. Because that's the thing about those same-game parlays, man. You hit one or two, and you can
play with house money for sure.
Yeah, you're in good shape. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to get in on all the action, just like me and Same. That's FanDuel Sportsbook, promo code BIGHEAD. Have to be 21 or older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the Coach K retirement tour. I'm sure there'll be plenty of great ideas out there. Plus, we'll talk about how great Luka Doncic is for a little while, and a very strange story coming out of Virginia Tech that is very problematic. Dustin Starr coming up at 9 o'clock. We'll get back into the Grizzlies offseason coming up as well. So a lot more to come here live on Sports 56 Mornings. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
It's time to tee it up at Edwin Watts Golf Shops with these hot items for dads and grads. Featuring Ping G425 drivers and the new Ping 2021 putters. And don't miss these hot gifts from Bushnell, like the Tour V5 or the Tour V5 Shift with Pin Seeker technology. Or the Wingman with Bluetooth and audible GPS for distance. Swing by Edwin Watts Golf Shops and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee. And shop us online at worldwidegolfshops.com.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
I know the sweetest thing in Memphis, and I know it's been around for 115 years. You know, I'm talking about Dinstall's, and it's time to stock up heavy on Cashew Crunch, Heavenly Crunch, Turtlettes, all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. So easy to get. The sweetest thing in Memphis, all you have to do is head to Laurelwood or head to Germantown and Poplar right across from the hospital, or go where they make the candies. That's on Pleasant View. There's nothing that says Memphis better than Cashew Crunch with that little tinge of coconut, or the Turtlettes. Let's face it, there's nothing better than Dinstall's chocolate. That's the mainstay of all candies, isn't it? Milk chocolate, although their dark chocolate is pretty darn good. And if you get the peppermint with the dark chocolate and put it in the freezer, you're going to love it. So many ways to love Dinstall's. Stock up heavy on all of your favorite Dinstall's treats. 115 years of making Memphis oh so sweet. Grind City Brewing Company is taking care of beerness in Memphis. Grind City Brewing is the dream of a father and son duo to create a brand that delivers a high quality, great tasting, and easy drinking craft beer. And they've done it. The brewery sits high above the city elevation in uptown Memphis with 15,000 square feet of beerness, including a 5,000 square foot tap room. Grind City Brewing is committed to all things Memphis, including the Tigers. They have created a malt liquor called Tiger Tail that is the official craft beer of the University of Memphis. Tiger Tail comes in 16-ounce six-packs and is not your typical malt liquor. Tiger Tail is crafted with a bold and smooth flavor, has 7.5% alcohol, and its clean finish makes it incredibly easy drinking. Tiger Tail and Grind City Brewing, taking care of beerness in Memphis.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
I thought you were just going silent in honor of all the people that had.
Moment of silence for Coach K.
Just a moment of silence for everybody that had lost their gig.
I got something.
WWE,
I don't know if you had anything planned, Peter. I got something impromptu.
I'm always ready for an
Once
impromptu.
Zach figures out this music situation, is that going on over here?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Zach is
DJ Pooh over there, man. Hey, but I just said you something.
Crazy
Zach.
over here.
We're gonna play this in honor of Coach K today. If you guys don't mind.
I appreciate that. I think that's to be
one of the great moments of Coach K. He talked about one Dylan Brooks, current Memphis Grizzlies player. Let's hear Coach K's thoughts on Dylan Brooks. If you got that ready, Zach. And I wonder if Zach even hear me. Zach, are you even listening?
Zach looks completely. Look, Zach is completely zoned out.
Zach, what's wrong?
I'm listening,
Oh,
but
my
I'm
Lord.
not really listening right now.
All right. Well, I sent
Yeah,
you a
you're not
clip.
really
Can
listening.
you just
Yeah,
press
yeah.
play? Can you just press play, Zach? That's all. Can you just push through and push play?
Oh man, fantastic! Love it.
I guess these are commercials.
While he says that, let me just remind everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
The USFL is being resurrected and will begin play next spring. Games will be on Fox. apparently the organizers have some rights to some of the names in that. So there's a gentleman named Brian Woods. They will bring some of the names back. Maybe the Memphis Showboats. Maybe the Oklahoma Outlaws. Maybe more. Who knows who it will be? Another spring football league to compete in that market that literally no one has ever done anything worthwhile in like ever. And there'll be plenty of other teams that are trying to. So good luck with that. The USFL coming back.
Is it coming to Memphis? Or the Showboats coming back?
I hope so. I don't think that it's going to work real well. But look, Fox is a partner in this thing, so maybe they also have an NFL deal, so maybe they can make it easier to work for the NFL. Maybe it's gonna, I don't know. It can't work like the way they've been normally doing it. It's not gonna work. So
I got a question, bro. Quick question.
Okay.
You got that clip ready, Jose?
Yeah. Am I playing the entire thing, or is just like that little?
How long is it?
Well, the entire video is like a minute and a half.
I don't know.
Like the little clip.
Just
part.
save it. We'll figure it out
Okay.
between. Yeah, we'll save it. We got a whole hour to go.
Okay.
No, but we were talking about the Memphis Showboats. Showboats, of course, were Memphis's. It was USFL, right?
Mm-hmm.
Back in our
Absolutely.
day, back when we were
Absolutely.
kids. Mayor Mike told me he was wearing a Memphis. I don't even know if I can say the name. The baseball team that was here when we were kids in the 80s.
The Chicks?
Yes. Okay. And he said
can
that
say the
someone was highly offended by the shirt he had on. Is that shirt problematic because of chicks being a derogatory word for women, or was it the Native American thing?
Native American thing. Yeah.
But are we sure that's why that person was offended?
I can't speak for that person. That person might have been offended by Mayor Mike.
In general. This is an offensive-looking dude.
Yeah. This guy, he just might just have an issue with Mayor Mike. I don't know. I can't speak for it, but those are potential issues.
So
If you're
making the name Chickasaw short and calling them chicks, that's offensive, right?
Yes. Well, potentially. Again, I don't.
It seems like me. Like it's certain stuff like, nah, don't nickname me. Like that's my thing. So I guess
you get mad about that.
Don't play with the. I don't play the nickname stuff. I don't do little poo poo. No, we don't do all that. Call me what my mama called me. But yeah.
What if your mommy called you little poo poo?
Well, she actually does. She called me something, but you ain't my mama, so don't call me. That's the point I'm trying to make. Like, I haven't given you permission to call me anything other than Anthony or Sane, which I also ain't giving nobody permission to either. But I
also don't call me. Some people like call me Pete. No, I don't. That's not me. Don't call me little poo poo either. I'm not cool with that either.
So. No, I just want to get that just kind of crossed my mind, that whole Memphis. Okay. Is that why they got rid of that name? Or did they just
no, they got rid of the name because it was there's a lot more to it. They changed ownership and Redbirds are different ownership, different affiliation, all that stuff.
Because we also agree that that's like one of the most awesome logos that ever come through Memphis. Right?
Oh, so I
that
love
color scheme, everything was
love
fire.
the Chicks. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, love it.
Yeah, but I don't even want to call them by their name anymore. The Memphis former 2A baseball team.
The Memphis baseball team.
The Memphis 2A baseball team. Oh, when we moved up to 3A though, boy.
In honor of yes.
In honor of the Chickasaw Nation, the Memphis Redbirds.
All right, so Zach, do you have that clip?
I'm trying to find a different one. Hold on.
Screw it. Coach K said something about Dylan Brooks.
What?
All right, so here's one. I found
All right, shout out to Corey Parson who shot this over to me as well. Good friend of the show.
After the game, Dylan said that you told him that he was too good of a player to be showing off at the end like that.
I didn't say that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because he apparently said of you that
well,
you were right.
You can say whatever you want. Dylan Brooks is a hell of a player. I said, you're a terrific player. And you can take whatever he said and then go with it.
Lying.
Classic.
Just flat out lying. Just straight up lying, Coach K.
Classic Coach K.
Because Dylan like took
the
a shot
tributes
up.
keep flowing in for Coach K.
He took a three. He took a three late
in the game. The game was over, and then Coach K was like,
Dylan, that was really effed up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean,
and Dylan, you really can't. The Giannotto voice works really well.
But it works though. It works for
Coach K. No, I think it works for Coach K.
Yep.
Dylan,
really, you're gonna be down there with Penny one day.
James Wiseman.
You're James Wiseman and Penny. I mean, it's not the best thing to do.
Is that something Penny would do?
You might know my friend Mark Giannotto. He's going to be in Memphis with you. Yeah, I've seen the future. He's going to be in the same town as Penny. They're going to make you a cultural icon. You're going to be the next Tony Allen down there. They're going to call you Dylan the Villain.
They're going to try to call you the Equalizer, but it's not
right.
going to work.
It's not going to work. It's going to be a local. It's going to be a local radio host. It's going to be calling you Dylan the Villain for 4 years, and all of a sudden people are going to act like they made up Villain Brooks. It's going to be amazing. They're going to Christopher Columbus the whole thing. They're going to act like they've never thought that Villain and Dylan rhymed. 4 years later, they're going to act like they made that up.
Okay. No one's ever heard of that before.
I'm telling you, it's happening.
I'm dying because I can see.
Why not just picture like Coach K like coming back from the future and telling Dylan Brooks? So dumb. It has nothing to do with anything.
Dylan said, "You're too good of a player to surround."
The man did not say that.
You're too good.
You're just a great
That
player.
is
I
the-
just want to
that
tell
is
him he was
the-
a great player.
No, that's not
That
what
is
you told him.
that is the story.
I said,
arc of
just
Dylan
whatever
Brooks.
it said you're a hell of a player. Yeah,
No,
that's
it's
what,
not.
that's what.
That's kind of like Kevin Garnett when he said he told what's the guy's name who golly, he used to play for the Detroit Pistons, Charlie Villanueva. But Kevin Garnett
Oh, yeah, when he-
made
yeah.
jokes about Villanueva having cancer because he had vitiligo, didn't have eyebrows. So Kevin Garnett says he calls him a cancer patient.
Alopecia. He didn't have vitiligo.
That's vitiligo. No, he had alopecia. I'm sorry.
Yeah, vitiligo is the Sammy
Totally
Sosa.
different.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Michael Jackson.
He said, he has alopecia. Kevin Garnett made jokes about him having cancer, which is a horrible joke to make, period. No matter what year you're talking about. Cancel culture,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's a horrible joke
Yeah,
to
there's
make.
no.
And then Kevin Garnett says, no, that's not what I said. I see he's a cancer to his attitude makes him a cancer to his team.
That's not right.
Like Coach K, you're lying. That's not what you said to Dylan Brooks, man.
No.
Is that what you said at all?
Well, I think the whole thing. If you see it on the like, if you watch the actual video of what happened on the court between Coach K,
he was mad,
and Dylan Brooks. Yeah, it wasn't. There wasn't anything about like, hey, you're a great player.
Thanks.
I want to tell you how great of a player you are. Your greatness is so great.
Not what you said.
And Dylan took a three from the logo. They were up 11 with 8 seconds left, and Dylan took a three from the logo.
Let me go pull that
classic
up. I
Dylan.
remember, but I don't remember like with the context of Dylan playing for us. You know what I mean? Hold on.
A man said YOLO.
YOLO. That man pulled a real video game move with him, dude. Man, screw these dudes. Oh, man.
Yeah. And then, so afterwards, he said, there was a statement that came out later, by the way, from Coach K. He said, today I spoke with Oregon head coach Dana Altman and apologized to him for my remarks to Dylan Brooks following our game.
Then he splashed
It's not my place to talk to another team's player. And then he said, in the post-game press conference, I reacted incorrectly to a reporter's question about my comment to Dylan.
So it was true.
So he just lied. Instead of reacting incorrectly equals I lied.
I lied. Man, Dylan pulled that joy too, man.
Yeah. I reacted incorrectly. So everybody out there, if you're ever caught in a lie, just say, I reacted incorrectly to your question. A correct reaction would have been to tell the truth, but I reacted incorrectly and lied. So that was an incorrect reaction on my part. Great euphemism for lying. Save that one for later. What does Mark Giannotto think about it? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out what Dustin Starr thinks about it. Coming up, hour number 3 on the way. We're going to talk about the wild day in WWE when we continue. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
The NBA playoffs are here, and you'll be in hoops heaven betting all the action on FanDuel Sportsbook. There are so many exciting matchups, and FanDuel is taking that excitement to another level because new and existing users can bet risk-free throughout the playoffs. New users can get up to $1,000 back if your first bet doesn't win. Plus, once you have an account, you can bet one same-game parlay risk-free every week. That means you can combine multiple bets for an even bigger win. And if you don't win, you'll get up to $10 back. Basketball fans, now is the perfect time to give FanDuel a shot. Just sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to bet the NBA playoffs risk-free exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or older and present in the state of Tennessee. Risk-free bet for first online real money wager only, and refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Same game parlay refund issued is non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund $10. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Same game parlay available for multiple sports in all states on mobile and web. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9780.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder. The great Kimmons Wilson of Holiday Inn had a slogan: the best surprise is no surprise. And that's so true. When I sit at your kitchen table, you're going to understand exactly what I'm going to do to your roof. From the underlayment to the hip shingles and ventilation, the flashing, the wood repairs, the cleanup, the crew safety, the warranty. It's amazing how many customers sign contracts being told none of that stuff. But the best surprise is no surprise. Insurance claims. Talk to your friends. More and more claims are being rejected, and only experienced claims specialists are getting those terrible decisions overturned. So if you don't hire me, please hire someone to manage the process with the experience to see it through. The best surprise is no surprise. 867-0303 or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Cypress View Golf and Recreation in Marion, Arkansas. Cypress View Golf and Recreation is fun for your entire family. Accepting new memberships now. Call about the new intro price, only $199 per month plus tax. Includes unlimited golf, state-of-the-art new workout room, kiddie pool for the kids, Olympic-sized pool for the entire family to enjoy, and a great pub and steak bar. Cypress View Golf and Recreation has a new golf pub with tons of new food items for breakfast and lunch. Choose from Philly steak cheese sandwiches, homemade fresh hand-patted burgers, and Nathan's hot dogs, flatbreads, quesadillas, summer salads, and more. Take advantage of new memberships of unlimited golf, only $199 plus tax. Call Pro Mark today for your new membership at 870-739-6305. Come be a part of a great golf family. Get away from stress at Cypress View, just over the river.
Mid-South Hobbies has your favorite model airplanes, boats, race cars, and trains to build. With brands you know like Lionel, LGB, and a large selection of Traxxas radio-controlled trucks, cars, and boats. Mid-South Hobbies has all the accessories to make them complete, with thousands of paint colors to make them shine. Reach the sky with rockets and kites, or reach deep into your imagination with action figures, comic book superheroes, and fantasy quest games. Get passionate about your hobby at Mid-South Hobbies. 4862 Summer Avenue, open 7 days a week. Call 901-682-9402.
Mount Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, W253DF Memphis, and WIVG Tunica Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
So we got a new accident on the roadways. Center lane is blocked on I-240 Midtown near Norris Road. That's I-240 Midtown near Norris Road. These are northbound lanes on I-240. So just keep in mind the center lanes are blocked. The center lane is blocked on I-240 Midtown near Norris Road. And that is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Yeah.
The monster among men.
Crazy stuff, guys.
Man, real crazy.
Crazy stuff. Hour number 3 is here. Grizzlies out of the postseason. They are done, ladies and gentlemen, after a Game 5, 126-110 loss in Utah last night. The game was over very, very quickly. It was not nearly as close as that final score would indicate. On top of everything else, now you're talking about a offseason of change, potentially. We'll see some very intriguing questions coming in for the Grizzlies. We'll discuss that and more coming up here in hour number 3. Going to be a beautiful day today. Partly cloudy, high near 80. No rain expected in the listening area. We'll talk about the rest of the NBA action as well. Some bad news potentially for the Olympic Games and a whole lot more. But we welcome to the program to begin hour number 3, as we do every Thursday around this time. And this is a tumultuous time, to say the least. Our man, 5-star, Dustin Starr. Good morning, Dustin. How are you?
Good morning. I am doing well, even with the loss last night. All the crazy professional wrestling news, and you kind of went for the jugular, easy for me to say, with the Braun Strowman music. What about the shocker of the week, shocker of the year, perhaps?
Easily.
Well, that's what we're going to talk to you about here, because Dustin Starr, what we yesterday, in the midst of all the news that was going on, it was there was all the stuff about Brad Stevens and Danny Ainge. There was the Coach K stuff. Very newsy day in the general sports world. And then on top of that, the WWE, maybe they tried to slide it in without as many folks noticing. I don't know. But you look up, and all of a sudden, Braun Strowman, who I'm pretty sure was champion just not that long ago, is out, along with several others, including Ruby Riott, Aleister Black, Lana, Buddy Murphy, Santana Garrett. What in the world is going on?
Man, I think they're getting lean. I think they're trimming up. There's a major rumor, and it's been circulating for years, but it is stronger than ever.
Come on, man.
The WWE is going to sell to Fox and ESPN. And I never, ever thought, I'm with you, man. I never thought that I would ever say that or believe that, or I just never thought that the McMahons would be out of the business or whatever. But this looks like it really could happen. The WWE has always been really, really big. But right now, with that Fox deal and then that Peacock deal, this is legit. WWE could sell. Now, allegedly...
What would that mean?
Allegedly, Triple H, Stephanie, people like that would stay on board with the company and run the company. Personally, I feel like if you sell and you take the wrestling people out of the wrestling, those people that made it successful, you're missing a major ingredient. And for me, being here in Memphis with Memphis Wrestling, I think that's going to help local wrestling tremendously, because people are going to want homegrown, real wrestling or wrestling. And I just think that if you take the McMahons out of the equation, it's going to be really hard to keep that going. But look at Disney. They've done it all these years, right? So this is a big deal. And at first it was a rumor, and it looks like it's really, really becoming some reality. So stay tuned for that. I never thought I would say that, guys, but I believe it's going to happen. And that's why we have the trims. And Braun Strowman allegedly just re-signed a contract where he had $1 million downside guarantee. That's a huge guarantee. You know, even for a big-time wrestler, that's big to get that kind of money. And I think I read he was signed through 2023. So a lot of the other names that you mentioned, I hate to say it, but you could kind of see it coming. With Miro leaving WWE, I knew that it was just a matter of time before Lana went as well. Kind of like Renee Young and Jon Moxley. And then you mentioned Ruby Riott. They hadn't really done a whole lot with her on television. They've got a lot of characters. Murphy, they put so much time behind Buddy Murphy with Seth Rollins to make him a big star. And then all of a sudden, he's cut. Just like Lana was on Monday Night Raw, just, you know, on Monday. And in worldwide television. And then all of a sudden, she's cut. It's just the craziest thing. But yeah, you could see a lot of those coming. Even Aleister Black, it seemed like he really struggled to get over. And I know that he has a diehard fan base, but I think it was hard for WWE to write for Aleister, I guess. And he never really took off. But Braun Strowman is definitely the shocker. That's the big one. He beat Goldberg for the WWE Championship
this year.
Last year at WrestleMania, right? Pandemic WrestleMania. That's huge. And now he's gone. And it's kind of like that, and I mean this with all due respect, that freak of nature. He's so big. He's so athletic. He's in such good shape. Like he's Andre the Giant almost, but like, you know, the new version of Andre the Giant. He's got muscles. He's got abs.
And he's not just a big body. He can actually go in the ring.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they let him go. So where's he going to end up? He's going to be somewhere big doing big things. He's just a big over-the-top character that I don't see how he doesn't land on his feet.
So when do we see Braun Strowman at Championship Wrestling in Memphis under the guise of Lord Humongous? When are we going to see that?
Oh my God!
That's right.
That
Christmas
would be so
creature.
great.
Christmas
I love it. Hey, I'm working on that, guys. Budget's tight right now.
Yeah, is he accepting bookings? Is he open for bookings right now? Is what I want to know.
Well, you know,
I need to know
they
about
said that
that.
CM Punk. They said CM Punk will show up at local events with a mask on and wrestle, like sometimes. So maybe.
Yeah, no, he's done it. The Young Bucks, in fact, have shown up as recently as like a year or two ago at an independent wrestling organization in California. Had a big super kick party. It went viral. Don't think that haven't been thinking about those things for Memphis. Could you imagine the Young Bucks sliding into the ring and taking over the Wrestle Center?
I'd much rather see Braun Strowman as Lord Humongous. That's the one they would put over the top.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you've got like a big swole Justin Cole in there, and then all of a sudden behind him comes Braun Strowman? Did you mean Big Swole? Oh God!
Yeah.
Think of this.
Phenomenal.
Man, Braun Strowman, he just wrestled Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
Sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're wrestling a McMahon at any point in your career, you've made it, but especially when you do it at WrestleMania. So I'm just literally shocked that Braun Strowman was on that list. And I guess there's probably a 90-day no-compete. And then where does he show up? You know, the popular thing to do sometimes is go to New Japan and show them that you got it. You can wrestle that hardcore style. Or you go to AEW, which I'm sure the door is open. You can't sign all the WWE guys at AEW because then it looks like it's just rehashed WWE characters. But if you take the very cream of the crop, like the Moxleys, Jerichos, I think Braun fits that. Miro fits that. I think Lana will end up over at AEW for some reason.
Sure.
If not, I could picture her doing something completely different in the entertainment world. She can dance. If you follow her on TikTok or whatever, she can dance like crazy. Like she's a professional dancer. So, the sky's the limit for her. But, hey, the world's about to be shaken up as far as wrestling's concerned.
Oh, for sure.
Well, it's incredible to see the releases. And, he said, I know that Aleister Black was on a stream on Twitch yesterday, said that he was told that budget cuts were the reason for his release. But he was very positive and was said a lot of nice things about everybody. Roman Reigns said Triple H. He was not burning any bridges by any stretch of the imagination. So I think that's certainly part of it. But this is it's a fascinating situation because now as you mentioned, with all of these releases, and then with some new hires that have gone on with the WWE executives, it does look like they're kind of transitioning towards, the more of that entertainment kind of thing. They're packaging that entertainment up, and it's less about, pure wrestling. That's always been kind of the discussion from WWE's perspective. Like, when will they really go for the E and less for that second W? When will that kind of happen? And it does look like now that's happening. And my worry would be, Dustin, I think they've already kind of transitioned too far in that direction. If you look at the ratings for Raw this week, I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but my God, that was disastrous. Their third hour was so bad they thought it was a misprint. They had to actually go in and double check to make sure that was a legit. This was 1.1. We haven't seen ratings that bad since the mid '90s, probably right before the NWO and all that stuff happened. You combine all these things, Dustin. I don't know, man. Something's up. Something's going on.
You're right. I mean, it almost appears that they're kind of jumping off the Titanic as it sinks. And I'm not saying that. I don't think it is sinking, but with the ratings being the way that they are, and the attention being on that, and then also the fans not being in the building. Wait till we get the fans back in the building, and we'll see if that pops the rating again. But it does seem like it's a good time for them to sell and get out if that's what they're going to do. And
because it's definitely high.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it appears to be. And anybody that's worked with a major company that's getting ready to sell, or heard about a company that's getting ready to sell, that's what they do. They start trimming where they can. They usually just cut,
big
various
contracts.
expenses. Yeah, make it look like they're a little more profitable, or a lot more profitable than what they really were. And they did do good through the pandemic. And, the thing that I think about is getting that phone call. So some of these guys like Aleister Black just re-debuted pretty much. Braun Strowman was just on Monday Night Raw and the champion. To get that phone call to know that you just lost your dream job. So think about that for just a second, the business away from it. So these guys and girls, they just lost their dream job, WWE. And there's going to be other things they're going to be able to do. And I found that out, but getting that phone call and losing that dream job that you, worked since you were 15 to get, or whatever. Like Braun Strowman, he's a strong man. He is a competitor. That's how he got to WWE. They found him. He worked his butt off to get there. And now I don't know if he wanted to go, but these folks lost their jobs, so that kind of stinks. So I hope that all of them land on their feet somewhere. There's a lot of really good independent wrestling out there, guys. A lot that you don't see away from AEW and WWE.
Dustin,
we'll see them there.
You said something earlier about how it can be problematic, kind of when non-wrestling guys are booking the show or doing the storylines. With respect to you, who are, you're definitely someone who's in the business, you promote your own show, etc. Is it really the worst thing in the world in the entertainment business that TV people kind of take over the product? You know what I mean? Because we've kind of seen the results of, one of the old boys in the back, or, some 70-year-old guy, or, guy who wrestled in the 80s, or, these type of guys running the show. Would it really be the worst thing in the world that something that is, at the end of the day, entertainment and on television, that if it was handled by television writers who handled other shows and that they were successful in those type of things? Like, me personally, just as far as watching the product, I think I wouldn't mind seeing that happen if it was handled more by people who are TV people as opposed to, guys in the back. Just like in sports, sometimes some guys who are the best players doesn't mean you're a great coach. You know what I mean? So, or a great GM. So I wouldn't mind seeing what it would look like if someone from television, did it.
I agree with you, 100%. I agree with you. I think it can work. So it absolutely can work. It's kind of like hiring. Well, I mean, that's exactly what it is. You're hiring, or a company will be purchasing a wrestling company, not being wrestling people themselves. So what they have to do is they have to keep a little bit of the structure to where those agents. That's where guys like Arn Anderson, Fit Finley and Steve Regal and guys like that are very experienced, that help format those matches in a certain way to where you don't lose the quality of match. So actually some of the best ideas, man, I get from people who are just friends of mine that maybe watch wrestling just because I have a show, but aren't really diehard wrestling fans. They just they'll come up with something. Hey, this would be funny, and then I can figure out. Well, what if this wrestler did that? That might be entertaining on the show. So a lot of the best ideas come from people that aren't in the wrestling business, you know. But to keep that wrestling flavor, that, and Peter, you know what I'm talking about too. That wrestling flavor of a good match or the history of pro wrestling. You have to keep that intact too. So if you hire somebody to write that has no idea of the history, it's really hard to, you know, date back to anything. So they'll always have wrestling people involved. But I agree with you, Anthony. An entertainment company can totally come in and run a successful wrestling, but they gotta have professional wrestling sprinkled in there.
Yeah, you gotta have the insight. You gotta have insight. But
Yeah,
it's like
gotta have that.
the days of Vince McMahon running everything, and come on, man. Like, I mean, we get it, but you know, even like you bring in like the old guys, some like a Dusty Rhodes or like, come on, man, like get out of here with that.
Dixie Carter, they crucified Dixie Carter because she, quote unquote, didn't know anything about the wrestling business.
Right.
You know, when they bought Impact Wrestling.
But TNA was
So
going head up with. I mean, it was a good product at one time. You know what I mean? So
it still looks fantastic. It is, but she was always viewed as that person that wasn't a wrestling person that bought a wrestling company and buried it.
Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, wasn't he a TV guy?
I believe so, but then he also worked.
But Eric Bischoff was
he did
associated with
interviews and
AWA. He was in Minnesota.
Vern
He was-
Gagne.
Yeah, all that stuff. So he had history, and I think there's, I don't know, I can see both sides of this thing.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think that if you get too far away from the wrestling part, then you might as well just get rid of the ring. I mean, like there still has to be, at the end of the day, the wrestling component. Like, you're in the ring, you're doing storytelling and all that's cool, but it's still got to be in the ring ultimately, and it requires some specific knowledge to make that thing happen.
Well, remember when we were watching NFL on Fox and we saw, you know, SmackDown and the analysts talking about SmackDown, and it's like, hey, that's kind of cool. The NFL's talking about SmackDown and WWE. It just really polished the product up, made it look so much more professional. So maybe we'll get more of that with this for sure. You know, imagine seeing more of the guys on and girls on ESPN or just any random Fox programming or something. It could really help, you know, the product. But yeah, you got to have that wrestling infrastructure though, for sure.
Well, that's what it all comes down to. Is, I mean, like, I think the entertainment stuff is great, and you got to modernize it. You got to always be looking to you know, shake things up and be willing to try different things. But I mean, you know better than anybody. You're running a wrestling organization right now. You still got to wrestle. Like, you still got to have, like, the bell's going to ring at some point, and you got to be able to put some kind of entertaining wrestling product out there, or else the thing kind of falls apart. Like, all the promos, all the stuff, all that's all great, but it has to lead to something. There is conflict at the heart of all the drama. Drama is conflict, and that conflict in a wrestling context has to be dealt with ultimately in the ring. Now, you could put a cage around the ring. You could put the whatever the structure is. You could do the elimination chamber. You can do a lot of different Hell in the Cell. You could do all kinds of different things. But that ring is still at the center of all of that. And if you get away from that and you start establishing conflict and solving conflict without getting to the ring, then I think wrestling fans still like to see wrestling. I mean, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Well,
but I think they still like to see wrestling.
That's why AEW is so popular. They're getting a different flavor of wrestling. I mean, they're even dabbling in the whole, death match type of thing. We've talked about this on the Grind City Wrestling podcast. John Moxley's a death match guy. So is Eddie Kingston. That's why they did the exploding ring match and these blood and guts matches. So it's not really death matches because they're not using light bulbs and all that kind of stuff. But they're dabbling in that kind of stuff. Some people do want to see that. And then you've got these tag team matches that are just so fantastic from the Young Bucks and anybody that you put in the ring with them. I could never do that. And a lot of the WWE guys can't do that. But if you just look at the two products and the different styles of wrestling, man, AEW is kicking WWE's butt inside the ring right now. The matches are fantastic. They're exciting.
It's not even close. Yeah, absolutely. It's not even close. I mean, it's
and
just,
now that the fans are back with AEW, if you saw the pay-per-view on Sunday,
great show.
Goodness.
Great show.
It was awesome. It was one of the, and maybe it's because I don't remember the last time I watched it. I do. It was Royal Rumble the last time we saw fans We did a Dave and Buster's. The people went crazy when Brock got thrown over the top rope. But it was so exciting to see the fans and to hear the fans cheering. And the cool thing is they were cheering and booing for who I thought they would. So that was good.
Yeah, it's nice to have that locked in as well and to know what's going on. So, Dustin, what's coming up this week on Championship Wrestling from Memphis as the Wrestle Center continues to make its presence felt in the Memphis area?
Man, if you missed last week, you got to go back and check it out. Pete Pranica joined the broadcast and was literally calling professional wrestling. The guy can do it all. Grizzlies basketball, 901 FC soccer. He's collar and elbow tie up, side headlock, and I'm like, whoa, Pete can call wrestling. It was so cool. So Pete was on the show last week, and he actually mentioned us on the playoff game last night. So shout out to Pete Pranica. Love the guy. He's first class all the way around. Great to work with him. But then this Saturday's huge. It's our first ever Memphis Heritage Championship match. Alan Steele defends against the gun show Bret Michaels. And that's a match we've been waiting on for a while because Alan Steele destroyed the Cobra Cup, named after King Cobra, that Bret Michaels won. This thing's been going on a while, so finally it's supposed to be one-on-one, but Alan Steele always has Johnny Dotson in his corner. So we'll see what happens, but it's going to be action-packed Saturday at noon, CW30, and you can check us out at youtube.com/championship wrestling. And there's rumblings, guys, of the new women's championship. It's coming soon, that along with the tag team titles. So if you haven't gotten your tickets for June 13th, I promise you want to be there. Cece Chanel, Ruby Reyes, the women's division is going to be on fire, and we're going to crown our first ever Memphis Wrestling women's champion on June 13th, TV taping.
There we go.
Get your tickets
there it is.
ChampionshipWrestlingMemphis.com. And guys, this has never happened before. We've never had a women's champion. It's never been a women's division in Memphis wrestling. I know, shout out to Miss Texas and Stacy Carter and Dirty White Girl and Tessa and all that kind of stuff, but they never actually had a division with a championship. And so for the first time ever, Memphis Wrestling will have a women's champion.
It's very special indeed. Should be great. Looking forward to it. As always, Dustin, and we'll talk next week.
All right, thanks, guys. Oh yeah,
Lord knows what's going to happen. Who will be cut, released between now and then? It could be crazy. I have no idea who it's going to be. Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. He's our
Not
good
me.
pen.
Don't
Dustin,
cut me.
Star. Not that's right. That's right. You run the thing, so you're not going to cut yourself.
Right. Can't fire me. I'm already fired.
That's right. I'm already fired. You're fired. Yeah. One of the great promos ever. Get Trey Young in there. Now that I'm thinking about it, get Trey Young with that promo. He's got some good promo work. We can work with Trey Young. That's fantastic. All right, thank you, Dustin Starr. We'll come back. We'll talk about Game 5 and about what's next for the Grizzlies when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Same great shows.
We welcome you back to Sports 56 Middays.
What's up? It's Sports 56 Happy Hour.
A new spot on the FM dial. Check out Sports 56 on our new FM home at 98.5.
Hey, sports fans, if you're looking for auto body work for your car or truck, 3A Collision in Bartlett has you covered. We are factory certified with 13 different manufacturers, including GM, Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Infiniti, Nissan, Acura, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, and Fiat. We're the only GM certified collision repair shop in the greater Memphis area. 3A Collision is proud to be voted Memphis Best Collision Repair by the Commercial Appeal 3 years in a row. 3A Collision specializes in performing proper repairs using specific manufacturer guidelines. We're a locally family-owned business, and we genuinely care about the well-being of our customers. Certified repairs are safe repairs. Why trust anyone but the best? At 3A Collision, no need for an appointment. We always have trained and courteous estimators available for you. 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. At 3A Collision, we're all about the best customer service and quality of our workmanship. 3A Collision, 6420 Summer Avenue.
Hi, I'm Tito Beverage, founder and master distiller at Tito's Handmade Vodka. In 1997, I started the first micro distillery in the state of Texas with my dog, Dog Joe, at my side. We're still working with dogs out at the distillery after all these years. Learn more about how dogs are a part of life here at Tito's Handmade Vodka at vodkafordogpeople.com. Tito's Handmade Vodka is made from corn and naturally gluten-free. Cheers. 80 proof Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. Tito'sVodka.com.
If ever there was a time for comfort food, this is it. And there's no comfort food like Sunrise on Jefferson. Fresh made breakfast featuring Sunrise's signature homemade square biscuits or the huge selection of hot, fresh, and fast lunch items are all part of what has always made Sunrise the most comforting of comfort foods in Memphis. Of course, everything that can be done to keep you and the staff safe at Sunrise is a top priority. And you can always order ahead and get delicious Sunrise to go. At a time this confusing, it's good to know there's one thing you can count on: Sunrise.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Who is this that?
Mickey James.
Hulk Hogan.
The Hulkster.
Brandon Clark.
Hulkamania. 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 Hour number 3 continues here, presented by Acura of Memphis. My name is Peter Edmiston. His name is Anthony Sane.
Mm-hmm.
And don't call him little anything.
Little nothing. Unless
Don't call him
you're one of my actual friends. If we've
That's
made
right.
that clear, that's okay.
And even then, don't call him.
Don't call me nothing.
Don't call him nothing on nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that going forward. Now, the Grizzlies are done. It's over. Anthony Sane, what were your emotions last night?
Sleep. I tapped out early.
Tiredness.
Yeah.
Tiredness.
Yeah. Crazy week, man. And when the Grizzlies
I think it felt
we were getting killed at the half, I was like, all right,
it-
y'all holler at y'all.
To me, it was very interesting. I can't speak for all the fans or whatever, because as I've said before, I'm not a fan. I'm just a guy that covers the.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. I'm not
Right.
a fan.
I'm not a
Man, you're so Johnny journalist, bro. Just get out of my face with all that. You are a fan of the Grizzlies. Man. Stop it.
No, I'm
man.
not. No, I'm a fan
Okay.
of. I'm a fan of.
So who's your NBA team, Peter? Are you not a fan of the game at all?
I'm just a fan of basketball. I love watching basketball.
Shut up. You don't root for the Grizzlies.
I want to see them do well, but I'm not a fan.
You are a born Memphian who's a sports fan, but you're saying you're not a fan of the Grizzlies. So
I want to see.
So that
I want to see them do well. I want to see them do well.
But you saying that means that you're not.
I root for the people. I root for the people involved.
So you're saying that has nothing to do with you being a journalist. Like, you would be that way regardless. Is what you're saying?
No, if I wasn't a journalist, I'd probably end up being a fan.
Stop. So when did you stop being a fan of the Grizzlies? Because you were, they were here before you started being a journalist.
No, that's not true. I was a journalist the whole
You
time.
have been a journalist like all your adult life, bro.
That's exactly right. I've never been here as just a fan.
Well,
So
I'm
I don't
sorry. I'm a fan, and I'm not going to pretend that I'm not. Just fit in with your fraternity of journalists.
I don't know why you have to act like that's a bad thing. I think it's a better thing.
I don't think it's a
Fans.
true thing. That's all I'm saying. I don't think it's actually a thing.
It is actually a thing. I keep telling you this.
So you're not
I'm
a fan of. So if you moved to Washington and got a job covering Washington sports, you would say, "Oh, I'm not a fan of the Washington football team." No, I hope they do well. You just say that?
No, I would still be. I would have to turn that part
Peter,
of it
there's
off.
no
Turn that
way
part of it
you're
off.
born and raised from Memphis, and you can sit here and say that you're not a Grizzlies fan, but you do.
I am happy when the Grizzlies do well. Just like the same thing with the Tigers. I'm happy when they do well. That doesn't make you a fan in the same way.
But that's like saying you're not a sports fan, though, Peter. If you're a sports fan and you live in this market and you wish for those teams to do well, you're a fan of those teams.
If that's what, listen, if that's what you want to go with, but people I get all these tweets and stuff from Utah fans that are trying to rub. I have no. It doesn't matter to me. I mean,
because your tweets crank up when the
Grizzlies
are doing good, like you happy for them to win. That's facts, bro.
I like to see the Grizzlies do well, but I'm not. But it's not like I don't. It doesn't that their performance in this. My teams. When I'm a fan of my teams, and they lose, that makes me mad or sad. When the Grizzlies lose, it doesn't make me mad or sad. It's just a.
Well, you've allowed our gig to ruin you, man. That's okay. You should never be that way.
That's not true. You can have joy. You can have joy and enjoy the moment, enjoy the performances and all that stuff without being a fan in that way. That's just how it works. That's the journalism side of it. But like I said, you've never painted yourself in that with that brush, so you're not. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not dogging anybody
what's wrong
out.
with me being working in journalism and being a fan of the local team like that? Like, why is it people act like that's so taboo?
No one is saying that's necessarily taboo. It just it can easily affect your coverage.
How?
You've already said there's things that you want.
They ain't got nothing to do with fandom. It's got to do with personal relationships I have with people that are connected to that.
But I'm saying, but there's also an element of fandom that will keep you from doing.
No,
there's lots of people out there.
I'm gonna tell you how this bull crap, because nobody in this city, including Johnny journalists, would talk crap about players on Twitter and all that. I do it less since I've been a media member.
It's not about talking crap about players. It's about being able to honestly evaluate what's going on.
When have I not done it?
You're taking everything personally. I'm not talking about you personally.
When?
I don't know why you turn this into like Anthony saying that. I'm not. I have nothing to do with you. Well, I didn't mention you at all. I'm not talking about you. That's not what I'm saying.
Then what are we talking about?
I'm saying for me, you're acting like I'm lying about this, and I'm not. I'm just for me.
It doesn't
it's much
sound
easier
genuine
to cover the team. It's much easier to cover the team when I'm not a fan.
Who's a bigger fan of Memphis everything than Jarvis Greer? OG vet in the game.
Yeah.
Nobody's a bigger fan of these teams than he is. Does it bother his job? No.
It's different. It's a different situation.
I just think it's a cool kid move to say you're not a fan. And I think that applies to people who ain't from here. If Drew Hill came and said he ain't a fan, okay, cool, I don't expect you to be. But I just think when I hear guys, it's just not making any sense, Peter. How are you born and raised in Memphis and you're a sports fan, but you say, oh, I'm not a fan of the Grizzlies?
Because I just told you, if they win, if they win or lose, it does not affect my mood one way or the other.
What about you, Zach?
I'm not super happy if they win. I'm not super sad if they lose. Like we cover the team. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm the opposite on the spectrum there.
I'd be about to lose my mind at the game. I don't care what nobody says.
So here's the thing, because I'm glad Peter brought this up, because when I'm at home, I'm yelling, I'm screaming at the TV. I'm like hyping the guys up like I'm there on the court. But it's like as soon as I step foot in the forum, when I have to work for the team, like all of that shuts down.
Don't shut down for me.
For me, it shuts down because I'm at work.
I'm in the media section going wild. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I'm saying you're not supposed to do that. That's not what you're supposed to do.
By whose rules?
By the rules. They're actually. I mean, there are plenty of organizations that'll kick you out for doing it. I've seen it happen before. I saw guys up in Knoxville in the Tennessee press box get kicked out for yelling too much.
I'm not in Knoxville.
But I'm saying that this is what happens in press boxes around the country. There's plenty that do it.
I dare them.
The Grizzlies are a little more.
I dare them.
The Grizzlies, they would be well within their rights to. You're not supposed to.
I dare
it's literally listed. It's literally listed as part of your credential.
Man, you almost woke up summer 16 me, man. I'm gonna start hollering out some of the people I see up there. If I get kicked out of a game, and I almost said some names, I ain't gonna do it.
So
I'm telling you that's part of the gig.
Jason Wallace,
if they wanted to.
I dare you, Jason Wallace.
Obviously, they don't want to because they haven't. But I'm saying if they would be within their rights to do it.
Miss Laura, I dare you. Nah, I fool with Miss Laura. I go to war with Miss Laura. The mother guys.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing for me. Because at times
Peter looks at me so disgusted sometimes. Go ahead, Zach.
At times, it comes out. Like at times, my fandom does come out when like something crazy happens, and I'm like, oh, like then I have to realize like, wait, I'm working. Man. But like as soon as like I'm at home, like I'm a straight fan. Like I'm a straight fan.
I have never once, in sitting and watching the Grizzlies at my own home, have never one time cheered or got mad. Never once.
But bro,
just watching.
And I'm here to say that the fact that you started in journalism so young, that robbed you of the experience of being a fan of the local team. Like I don't.
But I'm not. But I don't. That doesn't. I don't think it's robbery because I'm fans of other teams. I got plenty of other teams.
So you don't have an NBA team that you have a rooting interest in?
No.
It's crazy.
I never did. I just like basketball.
It's crazy.
I like to watch I enjoyed obviously Penny. Penny and the Magic. I loved watching that team. And I will say I was sad when they got swept by the Rockets. That did make me sad. I was sad about that. But it didn't make me stop watching basketball. Like I watch every year. I have tapes, VHS tapes of all the NBA finals back in the early 90s because I taped all of them. I love basketball. Like the whole thing. I like the sport. So I watched all of them. I used to watch the playoffs, man. That same thing with the playoffs here. I'm watching like 12 hours. I'm just out here just watching. I love it.
I mess with Parker Fleming so much because he's like super locked in at the games. I be like, man, screw y'all, Johnny journalists too.
Yeah.
Screw
but see,
y'all.
That's the funny thing. The funny thing is that's like you perceive that as like some kind of a negative.
I'm not gonna sit up here. I'm not gonna sit up here and hold my fart in so I won't offend Johnny journalists when I'm at the game. If I'm a fan, I'm gonna have fun. I don't care. Who am I offending? You gotta care about Jeff Calkins getting mad because I'm loud at the games? I don't care. Why would I do that?
But I'm saying you act like,
oh my God, the Grizzlies might have a chance of winning this game. Actually, let me just hold this in.
I'm crunk. I'm swinging towels.
Then go sit.
Hey, I
you know what Jarbo does? Hey,
I do
does
that
Jarbo
too.
sit with? Does Jarbo do that when he's in the fan? No, he doesn't.
I'll pull
one time he showed up in a Grizzly jumpsuit. That was cute. Otherwise, most time he doesn't do that.
Hey, I'll pull a Doc Holliday and sit in the front row, like with a media pass.
That's fine.
Don't think I won't do it, man. I'll do that too. I'll do that as well. Don't think I won't.
That's where if that's what you want to do, that's what you should do.
Because I have flashed my badge to ushers and been like, hey, I'm going to go sit where I want to sit. I'm going to go sit with my friends. I've done it before.
Most time they're going to say no. Most time they'll be like,
they know me. They know me out here. They love me in my city like DeMar DeRozan. Don't play with me, bro. You must forgot who you talking to across this Zoom call.
Oh my God. This is all it is.
Zach. He forgot it, Zach. You can't do the stuff I do up in FedEx Forum, Peter.
This is what it's
They don't know you like that out there, man.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. All the staff doesn't know.
Well, they really should kick you out of the game. Saying actually, I don't know why they haven't kicked you out.
Did you hear him say that?
All these folks I've been with for 15 years don't know who I am. What are you talking about? Anything you can do, I can do. Probably better.
Zach, that man just said
they need to kick you out. Actually, they should kick you out for that. I don't know why they haven't.
I said they could. I complained on you a couple times.
I know you have.
I said, look at this guy over here.
Look at this idiot.
Look at this guy.
I know you have.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
They ain't gonna kick me out, man. They love me, man. Jason Wallace, Ross, Pugs, Miss Laura, they love me, man. Who else working y'all teams, Zach? You, Hallie. Who else I fool with out there? I don't even know the rest. Corey, my guy, Corey.
Corey,
man, they fool me. They love me out there. I don't really know Avery like that.
Anthony Sane, we're gonna kick you out.
We're gonna kick you out of
Anthony Sane, you're out of here,
That's
buddy.
Corey Moore.
You're out of here, pal. Let's go, buddy.
I don't think that. What's the lady's name you just said?
Avery.
I don't think she cares for me.
Avery.
Well, I don't think she knows who you are, or maybe she do.
Come on, man. We're talking about the pop star at Memphis Media.
I mean, like I said, she probably knows you by name, but I don't think like. Because then again, like you.
She said, "Who's that? Like kind of tallish black dude who keeps acting like an idiot?" Yeah, I don't want
kicks everybody off.
That's what she told me. I was like, "Yeah, that's right."
Because what's the name didn't like me? She was mad at me for a long time, bro.
Was it Maggie?
No. Who used to do what Devin does?
Amara?
Yeah, she was mad because she thought I didn't like her, or something like that. No, this is what I said. I said Memphis. No.
You're in some kind of weird Gossip Girls thing. No one cares about this.
This is what happened.
Anthony Sane thinks people care about whether people like him or not. No one cares.
She was mad at me
whether people like you or not. Nobody cares.
No, let me break that.
Nobody cares. Literally, no one cares.
Bro, listen.
You're telling a story no one's going to care about.
listen, bro.
No one wants to hear this.
You should hear this for real.
Let's just go to break. You tell the story during the break. That's how many people want to hear the story.
No, let me get to it for real, man.
It's going to be the same excitement. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna take the headphones off and you
All right,
tell
listen.
the story.
I did a podcast, and I said Memphis is a creepy city because y'all dudes, these creeps in Memphis, are like blowing Amara up and like escalating her like she's the great somebody. It's because you guys are creeps. It's not because she's great at her job. Not to say that she was bad at her job. I was like, there are creepy dudes in Memphis who like are creepy when it comes down to Amara. Because Amara is a 20-something-year-old girl who looks like she's 13. And I said that. You guys are creeps. And I said that. It came back to her like I was knocking her. So she started thinking I didn't like her. Like, I don't even know who you are. Just be honest with you. I just know that you're a childlike looking young lady.
You did know who she was because she talked about
That's I don't know anything about her to not like her. It's the point I'm trying to make. And I said, you guys are a bunch of creeps who need to get checked into a facility. And that, of course, the creeps went and ran and told her what I said. And then she started thinking I don't like her. Like, I don't even know anything about you to not like you. So that turned into, saying nothing like Amara. Then that was like Twitter beef with me and a 20-something-year-old white girl. I'm like, okay, why? Why is this a thing? Stop being pervs. I almost started naming some names. But
All right. Fair enough.
But other than that, everybody love me over there, man. But I know. But what I'm saying is a lot of the young ladies over there don't like me because of Amara stuff because they thought I didn't like Amara. So, cause what's the girl that's with NBA 2K? She don't like me either.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Who cares?
I don't care either.
Who cares?
I'm just saying.
Zach,
bro.
the
point I'm
saying
saying
I understand what I'm saying on this.
Is, ain't nobody throwing
whether
me out
people
there
like
because
you
I'm
or
a fan of the
dislike.
team. Ain't nobody finna throw me out there.
No, they're obviously not going to. No, they're not going to. They were never going to.
But then he just
They weren't going. It has nothing to do with you being Anthony Sane. I've seen lots of other people that aren't Anthony Sane cheering, and they didn't throw them out either. They don't throw people out for that. But I'm saying other places do. And I've seen
I ain't in them places.
It happens.
I'm in my city, in my arena, man.
So it's not to do with you. If some random dude starts cheering, they're not going to throw him out either.
When I went to Chicago,
you're not like in just because you're Anthony Sane.
When I went to the Chicago game, I acted right. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
Exactly.
I had to pull myself in. I ain't say nothing in Chicago.
Exactly.
When I go to New Orleans, I don't say nothing. I go to Atlanta, I don't say nothing. When I'm at FedEx Forum, man, I'm gonna let my hair down because I'm a fan.
All right. Well, I thought you were a fan though. The Grizzlies were playing those.
Hey, no, I ain't. I don't know how they roll out there though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll come back. We'll finish up here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5, 96.1.
Get happy with Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Weekday afternoons from 1 to 3 on Sports 56, 98.5, and 96.1.
Memphis Public Golf is back and thriving. And this year, the City Links have put junior golf and championships front and center. If you're a mom or dad, City Golf will have golf camps for juniors all summer at the Links at Whitehaven. Starting in June through the middle of July, your youngster can learn everything about the game from the pros. And if your game is ready, the Public Links have more tournaments this year than ever before. There will be championships at Galloway, Audubon, Fox Meadows, and Pine Hill. The Pub Links, the Hillman Robbins, the Ladies Amateur Championships, and a whole lot more are just getting set to begin. And if you haven't played a city course in a while, you will love what you will see. All of them are now getting into top-notch shape. The greens roll true at all 6 courses, and wait till you see the new Overton Park 9 after its $2 million renovation. City Golf in Memphis, a sporting tradition for over 100 years.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
It's June and time for our anniversary sale here at Sunrise. Plenty of Buicks and GMCs in stock and coming. Don't see it on my lot? Reserve an incoming unit. Rates as low as 0%. Rebates up to $6,000. And over $11 million in used cars, late model, low mileage vehicles, certified cars, even vehicles under $10,000. We specialize in low payments and less than perfect credit. And check out the grand opening of our all-new truck corral. Over 75 trucks and SUVs in stock. If we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Memphis' only dedicated used truck dealership in the old Hummer building on Highway 64 in Bartlett. We make it fun to buy a car.
Looking for a great place to deposit your money? Try First Bank. Competitive CD rates, a money market that moves with Wall Street prime and interest-bearing checking account options. Not to mention their friendly bankers who make decisions locally. To find out more, stop by one of First Bank's 3 local branches. 6482 Poplar Avenue, just east of International Paper. 8398 Highway 64 across from Wolf Chase. And 6280 Highway 64 in Oakland. Or visit firstbankonline.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Marcando la diferencia. Lo de hoy.
Yeah.
El momento.
Hey, did you see people clowning me on Twitter about what I said about reseeding the playoffs?
No.
Yes, I'm getting tore up on it. I'm getting tore up. I said I've always been in favor of reseeding the playoffs, and the Bucks versus the Nets needs to be the conference finals. And people are like, dude, like that's one the playoffs are 1 versus 5, 2 versus 3 right now. What are you talking about? I was like, yeah, I guess you're right.
I think the entire thing should be reseeded.
Period.
1 through
Like
16 and be done with it. Yeah.
I mean,
I've always said that.
No, I'm saying no. I mean, like after each round, like when there's upsets, make sure that the best teams are playing based on their seeding and not what happened in the previous round. But it's still 1 versus 5, 2 versus 3. So even if it is reseeded already, like it's right, like the playoffs aren't wrong. But yeah, people are tearing me up across the country about this. So.
Well, good.
I guess I deserve it.
I tell you what. Incredible.
Oh Lord, Peter, your thing
You
about
are
your I'm not a fan take was just horrible too. I just want to remind you that before we end the show, because you are a fan, bro. Like I just had somebody walk in the door and say, bro, I've seen Peter amped up when the Grizzlies win, as opposed to like any other time. So I'm not gonna say who walked in the room and said it, but somebody called your bluff. But anyway,
somebody lied. That happens.
Zach. Peter, you're a fan of the Grizzlies, man. You might feel like it's the wrong thing to say, but you are a fan.
I just told you I'm happy when they do well.
That means you're a fan, Peter.
If you've seen me as a fan of my actual teams I'm a fan of, you would know the difference.
It's a difference. I got you.
It's a huge difference.
I feel you.
I never said I wasn't happy when they do well. I'd rather them do well. It's great for me.
Oh, yeah, it's great for everybody.
It's great for the job. It's a lot easier when they're doing well. That's
great.
Same thing with the University of Memphis. It's great for everybody. And the people in the organization, I get really happy to see the people in the organization that I'm friends with and that I know and that we've dealt with and all that stuff for years and years. When things go well for them, that's awesome. I love that for them. When you get to know people and you see that's awesome. Like they're happy, so that makes me happy. I'm thrilled about that.
Well,
stuff.
next year I'm
thrilled
dial it back
to get when fans are in the arena and everyone's excited. Man, that's awesome. I love that stuff. That's great. But that doesn't mean I'm a fan in the same way. I'm not. It's
next
a
year
whole
I'm gonna dial it back.
When I went to I'm a fan of Tennessee football. I went to Tennessee. When I covered the Tennessee game.
Mm-hmm. You were a
back
fan,
in 04 against Florida.
You were a fan.
And I went down. Listen to the story.
Go ahead.
You don't have to jump in.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I didn't jump in when you were talking about
right,
your Gilmore Girls nonsense that you were talking for 5 minutes about. I didn't jump in on that.
Mean Girls, Memphis.
Exactly. All this nobody cares about your personal life and all this and whatever. But anyway, when I went to go cover the Tennessee versus Florida in 04.
Uh-huh.
I had just been 3 years removed from graduating. I was there in media capacity. I went down. They took us down to the field for the last 5 minutes because you have to go from the field to the press conference.
Right.
I'm down the field when a game-winning field goal gets kicked from 50 yards. I lost my mind. Like I was completely insane. I was totally unprofessional in that moment because I'm a fan. Like that's what it is. So, in that moment, in that spot, I was completely unprofessional. I couldn't help it. The crowd was going crazy. I had my phone out. I was recording the sound, the whole thing. Yeah, it was a totally different
I'll say
situation.
this, Peter. It's just hard to believe that I know you're a fan of the sport of basketball. Like not many people I know can chop up the game of basketball the way you do. And for you, it just doesn't sound natural for you to say that you love basketball that much, but you're not a fan of the local teams, especially when.
But you just said it. You just said it. I love basketball. I love to watch professional basketball. I sit there. I'll watch. I dare say have watched more Grizzlies basketball period than I have. I've watched every game, usually multiple times. I breaking it. I love watching it, but I like the strategy side. I like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm into the X's and O part of it. I like that. I find that very interesting. But it's not the same. It's not the visceral fan. Like I'm not. That's not.
Peter Esmond, just say you hate Memphis. Is that what? Just go ahead and say that.
But I love Memphis too.
You're jumping up and down.
I love Memphis.
And,
I'm a fan of the city.
Washington D.C.
I'm a fan of the people.
I
love the people. That's what I'm all about.
Hey man, don't ever challenge them folks to throw me out of the game again either. I know that. Because you kind of calling them
out.
I'm
gonna challenge. I'm gonna challenge them to throw you out of a game next year. Next year. One game. I want you guys to throw Anthony Saint out of a game. I am definitely. Yeah, I'm challenging them. I am absolutely challenging all of them to throw it. If you see Anthony Saint jump up and start going crazy,
throw him
out. Get him out.
I'm just letting you know.
Get him out of there. That's exactly right. That's what I want.
Are probably the guys who are going to sit out. So don't get them.
That's right, Zach. When you're there, and you got your little suit on, you got your little bow tie on.
You better show your loyalty, Zach.
Get him out. Get him out. That's it.
Oh, that's funny.
Zach's gonna be like, nothing personal, saying, but I got to kick you.
Hey, well, whether you're a fan,
business is business. Right? Business is business.
Well, I'll close the show like this. I'll say my final words.
They're gonna be dragging you out, kicking it. You can't do this to me. I'm Anthony Saint. I'm a pop star. You can't do this to me.
Hey, you sure you want to do that with Minerva Little? You better not do it with Minerva Little in the building. She gonna talk bad about the folks.
Oh, you can't. Minerva's.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say
Minerva can do what she wants.
I'm gonna say, what's my girl's name? I was like, where's Wendy Thomas? Somebody get Wendy Thomas on the phone. It's over. Where's Wendy Thomas, man? When you
Tammy Sawyer, where are you? Come on, let's go. It's gonna be. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got stuff for y'all. Yeah, let that happen.
Boy.
Let that happen. See how quick I'm gonna have Wendy Thomas on the phone.
Oh boy.
y'all play with me if you want to. Hey, but for real though,
Anthony Saint was kicked out of a Grizzlies game.
I think there's something.
No reason whatsoever.
I'm gonna tell you something we all can agree on, whether you're a fan or a media member or a pop star. It's a great time to be around the Memphis Grizzlies.
Absolutely.
Great season this year. More to come. No matter how you look at them, it's a good time to do whatever you do.
Love it. I love it. You brought it home beautifully. We can all agree on that, no matter what happens right there. I got to kick you out of this.
Man, you gonna get Zach flipped in one of these games, man.
I doubt that happens, but okay.
Hey man, bro. Hey, go to end the show. Me and Zach gonna deal with this right now.
We gotta get out. Oh, I can't wait. This is gonna be exciting. All right. Coming up next, middays, Greg and Eli. Y'all have a great Thursday. We got a big show coming up tomorrow, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Have a good one, y'all.